What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. We've been cooking this up for a while. It's time for the next tier list for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet OU. But I'm not alone, of course. Professor CTC, aka the greatest OU player of the week, is here with us. Say something, bro.
Of the week? Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I meant.
No, only if the week lasted forever.
You know what we're on. So it's been a while since we did our last tier list. It's been about 2 months. We did it right after the DLC dropped. A lot of things have changed. There have been some bans such as Archaludon, so we figured, you know what? Let's update this. A lot of things have changed. The metagame is really interesting. I mean, it's always changing. I'm having a lot of fun playing this current metagame. We've been using a lot of different styles of teams too. We're in the Smogon Premier League. Our team has just made it to the finals, and our Scarlet Violet core is going crazy. Our 4-starters, shout outs to them, have been putting in a lot of work. Shout outs to CTC as well, cooking up the team. So we figured, you know what, it's perfect time to do a tier list. So, you know, we can update everybody and also just see for ourselves how things have changed. Because a lot of these Pokemon in the tier list from 2 months ago we thought were good, and they weren't as good as we thought. And then some of these guys actually turned out to be like A rank or something, and we didn't even talk about them in the last video. So, yeah, let's get right into it. This should be a pretty long video. I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon in this tier list. Shout out to Wilhelm the OK. We used his tier list last time as well. He made this for the DLC, and it's a really incredible tier. And it's a really incredible tier list. It basically has every mon, even the fun garbage like, you know, Hitmonlee, Hydrapple. Well, Hitmonlee is extra garbage, but like Hydrapple, for example, you know, we've gotten to see how much more decent that thing has gotten over the months. But
yeah, we really had had enough time for the meta to kind of
shape itself, right? Yeah, we had the Gouge suspect test as well, which had a lot of people playing on ladder, so we got to see a lot of things like rapidly progress. We've seen different variations in like stall balances, hyper offense.
And guess whose opinion has been correct since the beginning of the generation?
You know what, we gotta highlight something. You know what you said Primarina is the best water type, and you want to know something? That aged
Primarina and Ogerpon, like those two are the best water types.
It aged like the finest of wine. We gotta highlight that. CTC did say that Primarina was gonna be the best water type, and that thing is fantastic. It's excellent. Anyways.
Yeah, what even exposed that mon? Guess who exposed that mon? My triple dark team.
Yup. True. Influential. Shout out my boy Darkrai. Oh yeah, Darkrai also shaped the metagame a lot recently. Alright. What should we start with? Should we start with something good? Let's start with Darkrai right here. Would you put Darkrai in A, or would you put it in Shice? Do you think he's at the top of the top?
Hold on, I am not getting no visuals. Where am I getting the visuals from?
1 second. We will be right back. And we're back. I forgot to share my screen with CTC. All right, you seeing this?
Yeah, I'm seeing this.
All right, let's start with Darkrai. Something that we've been using a lot. What do you think? I'm thinking Darkrai.
Absolutely in Shice. Absolutely.
Yeah, right? I think this thing is sort of like Dragapult with the speed tier. What it does, it's really easy to get a nasty plot off. This shit's defenses are so good as well. 90-90. People if playing on the high ladder, they know that Darkrai is really hard to OHKO. Like, you can't KO this thing with Draco Meteor if it's not like boosted by specs or +1 or something like that. This mon's actually
Yeah, full health Darkrai is like a Keldeo after 1 spike, because it has lower HP but same bulk.
I like that. That's a good way of putting it. That's a crazy way of putting it. No, it's really solid though. Darkrai, best set for me is probably just the nasty plot plus whatever attacks. You can run it different. I've seen knockoff 3 attack, but I think knockoff 3 attack is kind of ass. What do you think?
Whatever. I don't know, because like once you use nasty plot Darkrai, why would you go back? You know?
It's so strong too. You got that 369 special attack. When you max it out, you can't even beat. Yeah, and you can run Psyshock to get the jump on stall.
First of all, nobody's okay, but maybe
you can run that. You know.
Yeah, you can run that.
It's like there's a lot of different options, but usually you're just gonna see Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb, Ice Beam. It's just good.
At the end of the day,
it smacks balance really well.
Yeah, it's a balance smacker, and it's a punisher of, you know, the lazy pivots trying to flip around and then chili around.
We saw Scarf for a decent amount of time as well, but it's kind of fallen off recently. People definitely like Nasty Plot more, but you can't go wrong with Scarf. This thing has good support options.
Cannot go wrong. This guy's, you know,
super fast too. 383 speed, right? So with Scarf, nobody's beating you. You can trick a lot of annoying stuff. You're faster than +1 Roaring Moon. You're faster than Boulder, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're faster than everybody. But yeah, your your utility is insane. You know, because they have to guess the set first of all, and that's a big one. But the main thing with Darkrai is since we shifted from a HO early game, HO based early game, HO centric and setup focused game to a more hazardous, slower, balanced, fatter game, which still has HO and stall. Like that's the sign of a good metagame, right? We have a lot of diversity, but the majority of teams are slowing down and getting bulkier. That's where Darkrai thrives because I'm still faster than everybody with boots. Right now, I'm like the fourth fastest. I'm just behind Dragapult, Zama, DOS. Right, so in the boots game, it's outspeeding everybody and getting off +2 attacks.
Dark Pulse is also hard to switch into in general.
Hard to switch into, yeah.
Right, it can also flinch. I never be getting Dark Pulse flinches, but when you get them, it's over. Also, all of its moves are annoying in that sense. Sludge Bomb can poison, Ice Beam could freeze. It's annoying, dude.
And you can never get the right coverage. Am I going Gambit on it?
Dude, it sometimes feels low-key broken for that reason. It's like, oh, I hope my Gambit walls, then it goes for Focus Blast. Oh, I hope my Primarina walls, Sludge Bomb. It's like, that can be really frustrating, right?
Yeah, and then it actually has a secret tech of anti-stall because it doubles in on Dondozo to give it free chip.
Oh, true, because if they rest, then you have bad dreams and you're able to chip it for 12.5. Yeah. And then they have to switch because Dark Pulse is going to fry them regardless.
Yeah, so you just got that 1/8, I think, chip for free, right?
Honestly, you can beat Blissey without even the need for Psyshock. I guess that was just for Claude, but that's like that's more of like a ladder tech because you wouldn't want that in 99% of games. But yeah, Darkrai is just items, nasty.
Lefties, if you have lefties versus a fatter team, they can't kill you.
Yeah. Because you can bring this guy in a lot and scare something out, and then you just keep getting that extra HP back. It's nice. And you can take the trade. Like, I've done it so many times where I've stayed in on Landorus-T and Dark Pulse, and I've gotten, like, half off, and then they U-turn, and U-turn does, like, half to me as well. But, like, that's a good trade for me, I got half on your Landorus.
That's a winning trade for sure.
For sure. You live Ivy Cudgel as well. Like, this thing is just, it does the job well. I got beat by that on the ladder. I remember I told you I got beat by Terra Poison, Scarf, Sludge Bomb, Darkrai, because it O-coded my Ogerpon.
Yeah, fast as shit, and that poison coverage is actually not bad.
It's just an annoying move, man, and the flip is really annoying because now you check Valiant and stuff like that. Just being a poison type can be really disgusting defensively.
Yeah, poison dark is actually a pretty good combo.
Yeah, it's nasty, bro, and you still have that annoying stab. So Darkrai, I agree, we put him up here because this is a mon that after the the sleep ban, I was like, will people still use this? But yeah, this thing has really just been fantastic.
It got better and better. It got
better and better. It only gets better and better. Yeah,
I wouldn't put it at like the tippity top of Shiest, but I think it's like definitely still in the Shiest category.
Yeah,
like the top, one of the top threats. Yeah,
we'll have to see. All right,
who's next?
Let's go with someone else that's been used a bit.
Ace. Let's do offense. Let's do offensive guy, fat guy. Offensive guy, fat guy.
Offensive guy, fat guy. Right. Okay, then Mola. Let's go to one of our favorite fat guys. This guy's a beast.
We definitely underrated Mola because if it wasn't for Ogre in the meta, Mola would be on every single team pivoting around like G-King.
But Ogre's down in usage because of all the dragons running around. And just
Ogre is down in usage.
So Mola is the boss. I would put this thing in A for sure right now. This guy is
at least A.
This guy
might be shy.
It has staple on stall nowadays too.
Staple. It has overtaken G-King as the best pivot.
Yeah, people do like this more than G-King. Dude, he just walls everybody. He's mad cheap.
It just switches into everybody, and it alleviates a lot of pressure.
Right? Because you get the free wishes off. It's easy. It's the easiest mon ever to wish with.
But at the same time, it can be taken advantage of. Like we've seen some psychic noise guys. Psychic noise stops your wish from being clicked, it stops the dude from receiving wish, which is huge.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Psychic noise does totally block wish. So that is pretty good.
And it also loses to the other popular water types, aka Primarina, who's doing 40.
Primarina also sets up on you, so you got to be careful.
Also sets up on you, literally, and you can't do shit. And then Ogre's just smoking you.
Yeah, entirely. Ogre. If you're not acrobatics, Ogre will whoop you, so you got to watch out for that. But
so
in general, this thing just checks so many mons. You just have to run max.
So many mons,
What's the preferred spread? Max speed F, max defense. That's how you get the best.
It really depends on team. Some teams want that max HP, max phys def to fucking just always destroy any Tusk.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, even Tusk max attack will just bounce off then.
It'll bounce off. Yeah, so it really depends on the team, but that's the mixed def one is a popular spread.
Yeah.
But that spread is kind of susceptible to mixed attackers still knocking you off, and this and that. So some people prefer just to go max defense.
As always, you got to be pretty careful not to get knocked off too with this Pokemon, because it having boots is a really big deal. But even if you do get knocked off, this is one of those mons that it can still just, wall the Pokemon it needs to wall.
Absolutely. Those are a lot of the benefits. Easy to wall some of the big threats. Well, not wall, just pivot. It's like the best pivot. Alongside G-King and U-turn.
Dude, regen plus wish is really cheap. You get unlimited momentum with this. Like, all you have to do is bring it in and click wish. It circumvents the need to kind of like long-term plan a bit. And there are some matchups where it'll just farm. Like some offensive teams with this plus unaware, it'll just farm you. You won't be able to do much. Some teams just
don't have the muscle.
Yeah. That's why this thing's also become a staple on stall, because you don't have to risk your more important guy. You can just throw this thing into the attack and see what's good.
And this guy's just like a secondary blood pack for any unaware guy, because you're giving them 16 extra PPs. So that's crazy. So but the problem with this mon is it's such a momentum sap when you're facing Ogre, and also it's really easy to set up on. So like those setup oriented teams, if they knock off Samurott, they're gonna, you think you might counter Samurott. No, they're just gonna knock you off and get up layers every time. So Samurott teams are like, generally every other water type matchup is bad for you. Every other OU water type is cooking you.
I agree. Yeah, you get, especially the Ogre and the what's it called? Prima matchup. That's really annoying. And also, if something like Bolt comes in on you, well, if you don't have like an AVG King or something, well, you gave Bolt a free turn, that can be really bad, because these Mola builds, they don't have Chansey. I mean, Blissey, unless it's stall. In which case, you're gonna pay the price. Like, even your Lou is gonna have to take that Draco if that's what you have. But Mola Lou is pretty nasty.
And if if you stack up momentum sap mons like this and Lou, you're gonna get owned by like some Ogre HO.
Also Pult will also destroys Mola teams in a long-term game.
Exactly. You might think Lou beats Pult. No, Pult beats Lou.
Yeah, you just U-turn forever, and once they get that wish buff on you, it's just a timer. And if it's boots Pult, it's like you're never punishing it. You're never punishing it. Exactly, they're all boots. Nobody runs specs anymore.
Yeah, Specs is obsolete. That shit is gone.
Wisp U-turn is just too cheap. It's just too annoying at checking Ogre and all this type of shit. So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, offensive mon.
Deoxys-Speed.
We overrated it too much in Shice, but now
he came back. He came back. I would say he's at the top of A, but he might be at the end of Shice, but we'll see as time goes on.
End of Shice or top of A, but we said it was gonna be like some fucking meta-defining threat, but apparently nobody uses.
It started to creep up a lot in recent weeks. Like, let me look at the Smogon Premier League usage stats real quick. Hold on.
Look at DOS.
Let me look at the overall usage through the tiebreaker. Okay, Deoxys S is pretty low. But look at the win rate. Look at the win rate. 65.5%. That's crazy high.
That is pretty high.
Right? Look at the other percents, dude. I think it's the highest one. Yeah, look, it's really the highest one if you look down. Look at that.
Wow.
That's crazy. Damn, we just put people onto big tech.
Darkrai 63. Darkrai 63.
See, it's crazy. Look at Mola 58. A lot of these guys really do be winning. But dude,
Deoxys might have to be Shice.
Nah, do you see that 65%? You're telling me So if you use Deoxys, they're saying 2 out of 3 times you'll win. Come on now. That boy is up here. Hold up. Nah, I'll put him behind for now.
Behind that guy.
But yeah, Deoxys has a lot of good options. We really just see the 3 attack plus rocks quite a bit.
So I guess we were wrong about us being wrong. So even when I'm trying to be wrong, I can't be wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can't make this up. This guy, he's a legend.
Make this up.
All right.
A man can't even correct himself because he's too right.
He's too right. Come on, man. Albert Einstein, that might be you.
All right.
Oops.
If we talk about the sets, I thought that the batshit, whatchamacallit, double status. I mean, not double status. Double hazard would be used more, but then again, Hatterene exists and Tread still leads versus you and a bunch of other shit.
I've used double hazard. It's like whatever. You don't need that spike.
Like whatever.
Just get up one hazard and then start attacking. That's how SV is meant to be played. You need to like. That's why Glimmora is fire, because it's not a sitting duck. You know,
it's not a sitting duck.
Exactly.
And that's what makes Dio amazing as a hazarder, as a solo hazarder. It's not a sitting duck. It's mixed attack. It's fast as shit.
So fast, dude. So fast.
Yeah, you can always get some momentum with this mon. either setting up rocks or you're knocking somebody off.
We've seen a lot of eject pack with Psycho Boost, which can be a really annoying set for offense to deal with because you need
gives you even more momentum.
Yeah, Nasty Plot also, but we don't see Nasty Plot as much. It kind of just like came and went. It's still good though.
It's because people don't want to miss that.
Yeah, having to rely on a Focus Blast, it's ridiculous. It's like
when it gets superpower.
Yeah, exactly. So then it's like, why don't you just bring it in more early game and do damage rather than risk it all and then you miss the move? Yeah, you know what I mean? No, 100%.
People use it as like a Pult type mon, but with more momentum.
Yeah.
With knockoff.
Knockoff is a GOAT support move. Psycho Boost is cheap, except for the fact that its accuracy is like 70%. There's no way it's 90. I have never missed a move more than Psycho Boost in my entire life. That's 90%. That's the worst move of all time. It's coded wrong on Showdown. I know it is. I know it's secretly 70%, but whatever. It is what it is.
Nah, it actually hit quite often for me. So.
Oh, okay. You using that wide lens. All right, let's use a fat guy. Amoonguss. This guy, we thought he died, but he's kind of nasty. Where do you want to put him? B or C? I think he might be B.
B or C, I think.
Maybe the end of B. I think
maybe the end of B or C.
We've seen him a bit in tournament recently.
Yeah.
And even without Spore, he's still good. He still checks non-Terrafires Zamas, or non-sub Zamas rather, because you stun Spore.
You come in on even knockoff, what's his name?
Ogerpon. Ogerpon, you own them for life. They have to be knockoff with U-turn and then also have spikes up for them to, you know what I mean? Like, it's impossible for them to have all that bullshit.
Impossible task,
right?
Yeah. And that's about what you need it for, you know?
It's still a regen guy. It's still annoying for teams with Stun Spore, Foul Play. It's able to live a lot of +1 guys like Dragonite, for example. And then it can Foul Play. You can run either Stun Spore or Toxic, but we like Stun Spore.
But also no Spore means your G-King matchup is even more unfavorable.
True.
Especially as a Poison Mon. And you're a pivoter, so you're generally on a fatter team, so G-King lives forever type beat.
No, that's for sure. And this kind of benefits from the fact that G-King has gone down a little bit in usage, but if you do play
Gold
against
has gone giga up in usage.
Yeah,
this
that's
guy
true.
is
But gold always fried this guy though. So it's okay. And you can still but no, you're right though. When they have a gold, it feels really horrible. But it always just depends on the structure though, right? Because like if you play like a Scarf Gold team, for example, then you don't care.
Yeah. But people have to realize that Scarf Gold is ass.
Nah, it's fine. It's just that the Nasty Plot defensive gold will always and forever be broken, like no matter what. So then
that's true.
They just want to use that.
When you auto match up versus most of the fat
teams. Like 75% of teams. Once we said it before, bold gold with the Terra Fairy, it's Jover. That shit is cheap.
Jover.
Super cheap. But yeah, Amoonguss, it just does the same thing. It checks these water types. A lot of them would have to Terra, like Steel or whatever, to get through this thing.
It's held back by the poor matchups it has when it does face them.
Yeah, there are some matchups this thing have where it's like, oof, like
it's a mon where like every game it's gonna at least pivot into something. You know, every team's gonna have a fairy move that you pivot into, or a Tusk to come into,
as the
water move to come into.
Yeah, as the gen stays offensively inclined, then you want more regenerator mons, like these, to where you're not losing momentum all the time. And Amoonguss is a perfect option. Also, Stun Spore is just annoying, but again, the matchups you do when they have something that walls you, well, then you're playing 5v6. So it's like you're fishing for something when you use this mon. You got to be careful.
Yep. Fishier in nature. That's why you can't be higher. You know. Next up, offensive mon.
Let's
pick saying
somebody...
Cinderace. You said earlier.
Yeah, we could say use Cinderace. Somebody relevant.
Okay, Cinderace is actually not even that.
It's like half and half. People.
Yeah, like B or A, or like
I think it's A. I think it's A always because it does something that no other mon can do, and court change is crazy. But it's definitely been punished by the
Gliscors, you know, and most of the Gliscor teams, they're just gonna be boost spam. They don't care about you court changing because Gliscor.
Nah, but Libero Ace is still extremely hard to beat.
People are using most of them are now Libero with like Gunk or like
we're seeing a lot of Gunk. Seeing a lot of Gunk.
Before it was like 50-50 with a bias towards Blaze Tanky, but now because the fear of Gliscor invalidates that entire set, so you have to be Libero.
We've seen Cinderace a lot with paired with Specs Kyurem on the two teams, one being the King Gambit G-King team and the other one being the Garganacl Gliscor Kyurem team. So we've seen those two teams a lot, and so Cinderace plus Specs Kyurem is a very spammed core just because Kyurem needs hazards off every time. There's no way you're going to be able to do long-term damage with Spectrum if rocks are up. So Cinderace just, you know, takes care of that problem always. So Ace will always be good for that reason. And just in general, dude, some teams, Libero just fries those teams. You got to be careful. Yeah. 4 attack and even Ace is really hard to beat.
Yeah, and Ace, the problem with Ace is versus HO, they'll overwhelm you with like a bunch of strong setup threats because you're not doing shit versus them in that matchup. And then a lot of Outlast teams will outlast you because you can't kill shit. Yeah. So it's kind of in the middle, where if everybody's using some sort of gambit balance, you know, in the mid-range teams, then it would be good. But the more polarized the meta is, with more fat teams and more offensive teams, the worse Ace gets. Yeah. Unless those HO are hazard based. But so much boots in this meta that purely hazard based HO with like, you know, just Suicide Lu or like double hazard Glim or something, that's not popular at all. Because if you run into max boots, you just don't have a lead, you know?
This thing is still really annoying though. Even the defensive Wisp set for offense is a real troll.
Yeah, but that said, I don't even see it anymore because
I think it's still I think it's still good though, because Gliscors are usually more SPDF. And you can, if rocks are up, it still can't switch into Pyro Ball always. Like, you got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, true, because I would run Terra Fire, I guess, on both.
Also, I was running, if you remember, I was running the Wisp U-turn Blaze set, but I had some attack EVs, and that made it really nasty. Because Pyro Ball, you know, when you have even just like 100 attack EVs, hits a lot harder. Gliscor really can't switch into that well at all. It takes like almost 40. So
yeah, especially if you Terra Fire, then
yeah, and if you Terra Fire and you're the Libero set, then there's really not much in general. Because Mola, if you Gunk Shot and you poison them, Mola's screwed. I mean, you have to have good luck in it. Yeah, but I always have that move always hits versus me. It's 80 accuracy, right?
Yeah, it's 80.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
That poison. The poison bonus is huge. You can
Dude,
poison.
that's why Sneasler was so broken as well back in the day. Yeah. But yeah, Gunk Shot is nasty work. All right, shout out to Ace. He'll always be up there because can do something that nobody else can do. All right, let's talk about Primarina. Put this thing in top, probably end of Shiest or top of A. This thing, I mean, I think it was at the end of Shiest before. But
no, it was top of A. I think
now it might. No, I'm saying like maybe like a month ago in the metagame, it was.
Let's check the win rate. Let's check the win rate in the same thread.
Yeah, I want to. You know, I'm more curious about its usage. Primarina. It's been used.
Definitely higher. Yeah.
It's the 15th most used Mon in Smogon Premier League.
53, not bad.
53, yeah, half. Nothing special. But it's used quite. It's used quite a bit though. 15th, so it's used more than Mons like Tinglu, Gouge, Rilla, which were all you know, amazing Pokemon in their own. Used more than Samu, Mola. What's the only water type used more? Ogre, and then Ogre. But Ogre transcends being a water type.
Yeah, just by beating all the other water types.
Yeah, and just being
I guess win rate doesn't, you know.
Yeah, I think win rate only matters if it's like a really egregious win rate. Like it just is like shows that the Mon is able to do a lot, or it's like underrated. Like Deoxys is not like overwhelming or nothing. It's just it gets the job done like a lot of the time with what people are using.
But the Azu coverage is notoriously hard to switch into. So
yeah,
you know,
the Moonblast.
And it's tanky.
Super tanky. This thing walls a lot of Pokemon on its own.
Yeah, and because of the neutering of poison types, there's not a lot of, you know, Amoonguss isn't even used, and offense doesn't have other poison options because Sneasler got banned, which I'm not complaining. Sneasler needed to be banned.
A lot of Dragon Spam booster energy teams get owned by this thing too, like Valiant, Moon type builds. Like they can't Oko, so then they end up losing like 1.5 Mons to this, and then God forbid it's Custap or something like that.
It's literally special Azu.
Yeah, it is.
The way that it can just trade so well versus we've seen this since Gen 6, you know, since the exact concept. Water Fairy, unable to be O-code, you just trade.
I lost to Terra Ghost Calm Mind, which is a stall 6-0 counter team as well.
All 6-0.
Like this thing is you know, you can tech the set out like crazy. This is a very funny one.
Psychic Noise and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of shit.
Yeah, I love Liquid Voice with Psychic Noise. Like you're able to really cheese through. Most balances get cooked by that. And
I ain't saying I invented that, but I first used that on Sand.
It's true. Streets know. Shout out to Primarina. AV, another set that's just excellent.
Not really used though, because just every hazard.
Yeah, true. But when it does work, it's really, really good. Like I played a guy, he had like Serp and Deoxys, and I lived Psycho Boost and Leaf Storm, which was crazy.
That's evil.
Yeah, because like he switched his Serpent on Moonblast, took 55, because you know Primarina's not weak at all. It's super strong. And then you know how much Leaf Storm did? 54%.
45. Okay,
yeah,
54.
yeah, I got blown away by my next Moonblast. Deoxys came in, Psycho Boost for 30, blown away by my Hydro or whatever.
And it was torn too?
Yep. I was like, dude.
No!
Yeah, so
that's generally how your matchup versus HO goes.
Yeah, Prima AV is really fun. You even trade into Bolt. They can't OHKO you, even with booster special. So it's nice. But yeah, shout out to.
I think it's high A. It's got to be high A.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It fits on a lot of teams. It's nice. You don't want to always lose momentum. And Flip Turn's also really good. I think we just saw in OST's semifinals. I think Stormzone brought it with Flip Turn Specs.
Specs Flip Turn, yep.
Specs Flip Turn. Specs is awesome too. But I prefer Boots or Calm Mind. Just easier, I guess. All right, let's pick who now? Who's interesting? Let's pick more good mons. These are a lot of like shitters.
Gliscor.
Ooh. No, but we just picked the fat guy, which is Prima.
Oh, okay. HO.
Pult. Let's talk about the GOAT. Okay.
Shiest.
Yeah, for sure. Probably
better
here.
Than both of them.
Probably,
better
yeah.
Than both of them.
It's always gonna be there.
Pult's never not gonna be like a top 5 mon in the meta game.
You can't do anything.
There's only a salt fad for like a couple weeks that deterred Pult, but it's gonna be back.
Yeah, Garganacl is one of the only mons that can really check Pult, and if you have Rocks up, you just U-turn on it for life, and then eventually it's going to lose the long term.
And Heatran's not a real mon because you're just gonna U-turn it and it's gonna take Rocks.
Yeah, for sure. Heatran is nothing, and God forbid their Thunderwave Hex. Your Heatran's getting flipped, so you got to think about that as well. The T-Wave Hex is really annoying, even though Wisp is all around a lot better. T-Wave has the added benefit of beating stuff like Terrafire, King Gambit, Heatran, and then just in general, it's annoying as hell to get.
Annoying, yeah. If you get turns right with Pult, this is one of the most powerful mons out there, unless versus certain styles, like versus once again the batshit HO teams, you know, where maybe Dragon Darts plus Hex isn't enough muscle.
Yeah, this mon is definitely a frustration, like all over.
You know,
it's the most annoying mon ever with the Boots Wisp set. If you're patient and you make good plays with this, it can beat every single team. Like there's no sturdy counter to this Pokemon. Which is crazy. Once
again, it's the amount of playable matchups this mon allows. It allows for a lot of playable matchups because it's
well said.
You know, it's just good against fat and offense. It's good against everything.
Yeah, no, it's literally good against everything. There's not much to say. This mon will never not be in Shiest tier. Like it's never nothing will change.
But the thing is, a lot of teams that use Pult, that have Pult with Boots, use it as the sole speed control.
Yeah.
Then you're just gonna get run over by booster offense.
Definitely. And then also, like, a lot of the time, they need to switch hard into Ogerpon because this is their check. And then if Ogerpon hits you with any of knockoff or player off, it's over. You just lost. A lot of the time.
Or if they just U-turn, now what, right?
Yeah, like and then Specs has also become pretty much obsolete because if you kill any Pokemon, then the next booster guy, Roaring Moon's gonna come in and Dragon Dance and sweep your team.
Yeah, also you're just weak to hazards.
Yeah, being weak to all hazards means balance 6-0s you because you're not breaking shit.
Yeah, somehow the Specs set is worse than the Boot set at breaking.
It's just because it's mad annoying when you have already spread status all over the place. Like you need to have a Garg to long-term check this, and Will-O-Wisp is still really broken.
And Hex literally is Specs Shadow Ball.
Also, there's a bunch of different options. Darts or Draco. Both are good in their own way.
Yeah, this mon's just so versatile and so good. So, actually not versatile. It's limited, but what it does is versatile.
And even then, metagames are circular, so we will see, or cyclical rather, so we'll see like we'll see Specs return at some point, and like when people like least expect it.
Specs been dead for so long.
No, definitely hasn't been dead for like so long. Specs always will have, but it's tough. It's tough. No, but at some point you will see it return just because people forgot about it.
Yeah, true. It'll be used, but it'll not make a.
I think you're right. It's still really tough just because of stuff like Prima, which automatically beats you no matter what, right?
Yeah, like if they have a Dark type plus a Prima, you can only U-turn now, and you're taking Landorus hit.
And then it's like, why aren't you Boots? So you can Wisp Hex it. Yeah. But anyways, shoutouts to Dragapult, still the GOAT.
Still Don Dada.
All right, let's put Blissey up here. Where do you want to put his fat ass?
Only good on stall. That's it. So B or C.
Put him in B because Mola is more needed. It's better than Amoonguss though.
Yeah, Bliss is needed on stall.
Yeah.
Bliss and Dozo are the stall must-haves.
We'll just
but stall is only like B level.
Yeah, let's see who else is interesting. Let's talk about Dragonite. I'm on that. I'm on that'll never be good and will only be beast.
Yeah, it's Shiest.
It's probably better than Pult. I mean, not Pult. No, sorry, not Pult. I meant Deoxys.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know if it's better than Darkrai. I think they're pretty similar, but it might be slightly better. It might be slightly better.
Nah, it's worse. It's got more bad matchups than
you think?
Darkrai's. Yeah,
but it's easier. It's easier to win with.
It's better in its good matchups, and it's way worse in its bad matchups. Because Darkrai's only bad matchups are like, I guess, like, Claude and shit.
Or if you have the wrong coverage, you know.
If you have the wrong coverage, yeah. But you can still always chunk, what's his name, Gambit.
True.
But Dragonite. If you have a Dragonite, 3-attack Dragonite into like some unaware shit or Corviknight or that type of shit.
But Dragonite's versatility goes a long way, I think, between Banded, Encore, regular 3-attack. We've even seen Assault Vest quite a few times on some popular teams, which I thought at first was like a meme set, but it was actually decent, just because the coverage is annoying.
I do agree that it could be better than.
That's what I'm thinking, right? I think the versatility goes a long way. This mon is always annoying. Like when you see the matchup, at least there's a potential for it to always screw your team. Sure, if you have like an unaware and it does end up being DD, then you're gonna be fine. But you never know, right? We saw that Encore Terra Fire set way back in the day. Doesn't really exist anymore. Yeah. But Encore does exist though.
But I'm way more worried when I see a Darkrai or even a Deoxys than a Dragonite, because I know generally what it's gonna do. No, move Dragonite the fuck back.
Fine. No way we're putting him below.
All right, fine. Just below Darkrai.
Yeah, he's better than Deoxys. Let me see. Let me go see.
Look at Dragonite.
What the streets are doing with Dragonite.
Streets are saying Dragonite has 56% win rate at top 10 usage.
Where is it? Oh yeah, 56 is better than all these other goofballs though. You see that? Except for Tinglu's skillless ass.
Win rate good.
Yeah, but win rate means nothing. Either way, this guy's Shiest. I think he's right here. We'll see as we rank more guys, but I think D-Knight is really good and maybe better than Darkrai. But I'm a big D-Knight spammer. I have no skill. Me, heavy duty boots plus multi-scale, we're ready to go.
Yeah, it really patches up a lot of holes on a lot of teams.
Yeah, this guy will forever be the skillless player's favorite because
Paranormal
pull up at 100%, get the freest setup of all time. This is the skillless player's favorite. I love you, Dragonite. Thank you for carrying me so many times. And Bandit is epic too. Okay, let's talk about Clefables. Let's get all the blobs out the way.
Clefable's definitely A or Shiest.
It's not Shiest.
It's not Shiest.
It's like it's like a balanced staple.
It's one of the premier knock absorbers, and one of the good rockers. I would say either top of A or.
I think you can. I think you get owned though.
Yeah, you do get owned a lot.
By a lot of different Pokemon.
It might be worse than Prima.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm thinking like
it might be worse than Aloe too.
Dude, there are some matchups where this thing is bad. Like just
it might be worse than Aloe.
Yeah, there are some when you play a fellow do nothing team, then it's fire when you knocked off everybody and you got the T-Way. But remember when I played the team and then my Primarina just went crazy? Like sometimes it just sits there and does nothing. I think if you're gonna run this thing, you need to run Thunder Wave knockoff and just like have the most troll non-stealth rock set and have rocks on something else.
Because
I know you need rocks because that's like its whole role. It's weird, dude. It's such a hit or miss Pokemon to me. But it
is a hit or miss.
But when it hits, it can wall some teams fully. We don't really even see Calm Mind anymore. We saw
no time for it to set up. It's too weak after one Calm Mind and not tanky enough anymore.
Dude, yeah, and then like I don't know. There's just so many annoying mons still. The same thing as before. King Gambit, Gold. They're all Fizz Def, so Pult, if it does Thunder Wave you, can Hex through you at some point. Zamazenta, if it's Heavy Slam, is going to beat you. Ogerpon cooks you, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is
not the best neutral typing anymore, because so many moves hit it neutrally.
Yeah.
Electric moves, water moves, some EQs, headlong rushes, some of the strongest shit.
Yeah, like you don't beat Bolt, for example. Booster T-Bolt will do like 70 to you, and you don't kill back, and now you lost your Clef. It's weird.
It does come into Kyurem decently well though still, because
I agree with that. And also it's one of the mons that's able to run leftovers pretty efficiently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a big deal since everything has strong boots.
One of the premier knock absorbers,
Yeah, Sticky Barb set, very good for checking stuff. It's good with Wish. With Mola, it's a piece of shit to deal with. But Mola makes every fat mon feel like broken, so it doesn't really mean much.
Okay, next up.
Let's do an offensive guy.
Wow, it's a bunch of garbage in here.
Let's talk about Gold.
Shiest.
Of course.
I would say Gold is behind Pult.
Yeah.
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 Around Pult level.
Man.
Around Pult level. Oh, this is so hard. Gold it does something that no one else can. It might be better than Pult.
It is, I think. I think right now it is, at least. I mean, nothing has changed. He's still farming the same matchups.
Farming the same matchups, but, you know, that...
Even with Roaring Moon and the rise of Dark Spam, all this thing has done is ticked up its Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam usage, which is still an extremely horrible to run into set for, like, 99% of teams.
I don't even think that set's good.
Really? I think that set still farms the easiest, except for if you run into opposing Gold, I guess.
Mega Rain is so cheap, but yeah, I guess, because...
We saw Gold in 3 teams of the 4 teams used in the semifinals tiebreak. 2 of them were Nasty Plot, 1 of them was Scarf. It's just one of those mons that the typing is the best typing of all time, with the Steel Ghost plus ability. Stab moves are really good. Trick, it's
because people love mons that just easily click one setup move and can just run through shit.
Nah, but even Trick Scarf is never gonna be useless. You know?
Sometimes it's useless. That's why the usage went down.
You still get the trick off, though.
Yeah, you still get the trick off.
And offense has a tough time with switching into Make It Rain and Shadow Ball because they're so strong. It's not like Specs Pult in that regard, because you have speed, but you're just as strong. This thing has completely taken Specs Pult's role. The Scarf Gold. Because it's Specs Pult, but better, just in every way. Yeah.
And it directly counters the Boots Pults, because you can come in on all moves.
Yeah, Hex, and even Hex doesn't do shit. I mean, it does a lot, but you live, so that it doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah, and if you run Recover Trick, you can just always mispredict and then recover it back.
Scarf Gold will forever be like very solid, but then of course Nasty Plot is a set we're talking about that just sits there and skilllessly farms teams.
I don't know if it's better than Pult though.
I think it is personally.
That's Hunto. Pult's good versus everything though. Pult's literally
Yo, they have the exact same usage, which is funny.
Really? What about win rate?
It's like Gold a little bit more, but it's like whatever.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
I didn't know G-King's usage was so high. Shoutouts to the GOAT.
Yeah, G-King's cheap.
Always cheap. But these guys both own him. Anyways,
yeah,
we can put him here. We'll discuss.
Oh, but then Pult isn't even using G-King. Gold was used 3 times. Ooh, stats kind of don't lie. Stats kind of don't lie. Oh no.
No, a slave to the numbers. All right.
All right. Next up.
Let's see here.
Dude, why are top 2 rows entirely NUs?
I don't know. We'll get to those guys.
Corviano.
This guy is like one of our favorites.
This guy fell off hard.
Yeah, he fell off hard, dude.
Oh, might be top of B.
And look at what Gold does to him. Puts him in the pack. That's why this guy's falling off so hard.
Yeah, we don't see the birds anymore now.
This is I don't know. People, I think it's just hard to find teams to fit it on, but it's always been one of our favorites. But yeah, it's definitely having the worst time of its life because stuff like Roaring Moon at +1.
Too much gold, too much
gold. Darkrai hits you hard. Pult completely owns you if you're not Brave Bird to get on the Switch. You do check stuff like Dragonite, and you do also check Deoxys if it's not T-Bolt, which is cool. But like, I don't know. It's just getting harder to get away with running Corv, in my opinion.
And a lot of physical guys hit you now, like Gouge.
Yeah, Gouge sets up on you. Like the IDEF set is not as consistent as it was. There are some matchups you will still farm, but this guy is a lot harder to win with, and the risk reward of using this Pokemon is not that good anymore. Yeah.
You don't just like wall like 3 mons.
Yeah.
Like before. If you face one ghost type, or if they have taunt Landers, which also shuts you down and forces you to take chip, that type of shit. So many teams have so many tools to whittle you down, and you don't directly counter Roaring Moon.
Yeah. Dude, physical guys in general, like even the shittiest of physical guys, I'm talking like Iron Boulder, even those guys beat you. So it's like, come on, man. And
as a pivot, it's not as good physical pivot as Aloe.
Yeah, so, Aloe's a lot easier to get away with. There are some matchups where you're gonna get that free defog, and it's really good into Ogre, at least being able to Brave Bird it. That is one thing I will say that Corv I really love having. It's one of the very few foolproof, as long as you don't get crit. But
as long as you don't get crit,
which is tough.
You still get blown away by +2 Terra, but then you exhaust the Terra.
Yeah, then you exhaust the Terra, exactly, and then it's like we'll take it. Also, you live +2. You take like 99 or 95.
Yeah, you do live, and then you always went for
Yeah, and then you took their Terra as well, so you probably win.
Some games the default feels so free if they don't have gold. If they have like some random HO with no gold.
Especially because this guy can take special moves. Like it's not gonna get OHKO'd by anything from Pult, Darkrai, Gold. Like look at all the guys in Shiest. Corv can troll all of them.
Yeah, it can troll a lot, but it's gonna. Well, I can troll Darkrai and all.
It just depends on your team. You cannot have Corv on your team and then depend on Corv all game. You need to have other ways of winning. If you always need Corv to do its job, you're gonna lose because it's an easily exploitable Pokemon.
Yeah, it's so exploitable. Like Gliscor outlasts it as the flying.
Yeah,
guy.
true. And then once you get knocked, that sucks. Losing your helmet is always annoying.
Roost, it's over.
Yeah.
You know, it's only so many rock switch-ins.
Weak to rocks is a really big deal. Yeah. So shout out to Corv. We'll put him in B. Let's see who else is there. Oh dang, we got a lot of mons. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about.
Go through some shice ones. What are some good ones? Enamorus.
Enamo. This guy is weird.
Fell off so hard.
Definitely not bad at all though. Still good, in my opinion, but has definitely fallen off. I think it's still like it could be A rank. I think people just do not use it. You think it's bad?
They don't use it. It doesn't trade as well as Prima as a special. Doesn't have the resistance of Prima. Basically its role got taken. If it's Scarf guy, its role got taken by Val. If it's gonna be the Calm Mind trading guy, then Prima is just a better turtle Enam, which is the type of Enam you want. I
honestly don't use this thing that much. But I do like Scarf into these triple dark offenses. It's pretty difficult to deal with.
Yeah, Scarf unlike Val, you don't lose the booster, you keep that shit. So
exactly. Also, Healing Wish is disgusting. It can flip. That's why I think this thing might be the end of A. It's just not being used enough.
Yeah, true. I do believe that that Healing Wish is always going to be useful.
Yeah, I like Scarf. I agree with you that Calm Mind is like pretty played out. Like there's no point using it. There's like why would you run Calm Mind this when Nasty Plot Darkrai is bulkier, just as strong, and definitely scarier.
Yeah, scarier.
And way less terror reliant. If you want to sweep with your Calm Mind thingy, he has to turn Steel or Ground. And then at that point you already also gets owned by Ogerpon, which is a big ass deal.
True, that speed tier is not what it was.
The speed tier is bad, bro. Even the Tread's offense rising means this is annoyed. I don't know.
Yeah, and Seeking still as prevalent as ever.
Yeah, so we'll put him at the end of A. We'll see.
Yeah, might be even worse, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Let's talk about Dondozo. What do we think about him?
Top of B, bottom of A.
Probably bottom of A. This guy has some auto win matchups.
Yeah, it still does what it does.
Also, isn't confined only to stall. I would put it honestly here or here.
No, that makes sense. That's a good spot.
Right. Yeah. This guy does his job like perfectly. Exists on bulkier semi-stall builds and full stall.
Yeah, it's because there's something that only this mon does.
Yeah.
When it comes to checking some of the most broken, egregious threats.
Yeah, like when people were really scared of Gouge running the DD Breaking Swipe set, this thing beats that with Curse to attack, for example.
No, it doesn't beat it. You actually lose to Breaking Swipe.
I thought the 2-attack set wins. Isn't that literally what you did?
Oh, the 2-attack set.
That's what I said, yeah.
The rest stock set loses, but you need 2 attacks.
2 attacks.
Yeah, you can always tech, and if you do...
But even that Gouge set nowadays isn't used as much, so you don't need 2 attack. It was just around that era.
Yeah, you can always tech, right? And you can put lefties on special defensive.
Yeah, I love Spadef. We used that ourselves in tournament a couple times. Spadef is really fun.
Yeah.
Just some teams they just get 6-0'd immediately because even Hexpult does like 35. So long term you win.
Yeah, but like every other water type in the entire tier, owned to shit by Ogerpon.
And Prima also beats this no matter what the set is because it's gonna either have Psychic Noise or Moonblast is just gonna fry you. So no matter what.
So,
also, a lot of Prima loves to run Encore and Taunt, 2 moves which blow you away. So you gotta be careful. Prima's notoriously annoying for Dondozo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walls you for life. At least you can press Ogre on the switch, and then they can't come in again. Prima will actually switch in on you 150 times, and you gotta just hold it.
Yeah, you can't do anything to Prima.
Yeah, and then they Psychic Noise your Blissey on the switch, then click Flip Turn, assuming they're that set, and now it's like boom. Oh no, you know.
And 4 Mons out of 5 in Shiest are special, so you're fucked.
Yeah. So you definitely got to be careful in some matchups, but a lot of the time this thing with the curse set can just kind of auto farm. So I think it's good here.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's good there.
Let's talk about someone weird like Excadrill, who is very.
It's just treads, but worse outside of sand. But on sand, it has a niche.
Yeah,
I would say
it's like here.
It's like mid B, high B.
I would say it's here. It's good on sand, but sand is hard to get away with. But there are some matchups where this thing
is limited by sand. You know, it's so limited by sand. And
have we
sand
seen this thing in a tournament at all? I'm curious.
Yeah, we faced it and used it.
Okay, it's been used 11 times and it won 36% of the time, which means it won 4 out of 11 times. Is crazy.
Complete ball stack.
You never know what the circumstance was.
It might be fucking worse than.
Dude, I feel like it's underexplored because one time I played Banded and it blew me away. I had Stall, and he had Gravity plus Band. I was getting blown away. That's like the best matchup you can ask for.
Yeah, you used Stall. That's why you got blown away.
Yeah, he's kind of bad actually. I think he's like here.
Yeah, I agree. It's like not really that good at all. Like there's no reason.
And then you have a Tyranitar. If you use this, you better be ready to get every single turn right and be the GOAT. Otherwise, don't use this. That's all I can say. Yeah, you better be ready to get every single play right with this. And you better just not play Landorus. So that also needs to happen. But I guess the Terra Flip is annoying. I lost to this once because it Terra Flied and got another SD. And I was like, I lose.
But then you're just praying that you don't face Gambit, because you need every single move on this mon. EQ, you need it.
True, but I outplay the Gambit actually because I get a +6 on their Sucker Punch, and then I keep playing. I'll play.
You're different, sir. You're simply built different.
Thank you, sir. Shout out to Excadrill. All right, we'll put him there for now. I think he might go down to C. Okay, let's talk about somebody else. Let's talk about Garg.
How about the good mons? Garg fell off a little bit, but I still think it's top of B or bottom of A. Probably no. It's definitely better than Enam.
Garg is here. No.
Right next to its arch nemesis Clef.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Being forced to run lefties means you get hit by every single hazard.
Yeah, Clef owns you. Hit by every single hazard. Extremely terrible.
Yeah, knockoff owns you. You know.
Same problems as before, but there are still some matchups where your Salt is gonna farm them. I feel like Salt needs Protect to be viable right now. You absolutely cannot get away with non-Protect.
Maximize the offense matchup. Yeah.
It used to not be like this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not able to sweep like before with Curse because so many Encore Mon, so many just knock off.
Now you just need to trade with Salt Cure and then Protect for a little extra chip. That's more important and gonna gain you more. Curse still has some matchups at 6-0s, but it's hard. Like some Mola structure probably loses to Garg.
Yeah.
If it cursed, but it's harder to get away with that set when Rocks Protect. Salt Cure is just putting in the consistent work. Covert Cloak, everything kind of fell off because Garg
also
itself.
Mola wishing everybody back. After you chip it is just like, oh my god.
But also, I've seen this thing doing nasty stuff, like take 70 from Cudgel, click Salt Cure on Ogre, then click Protect. Now you traded perfectly. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. It's still Garg. It's one of the most annoying concepts ever made.
For sure. Scarf Gold, for example, might lose to you if you Terra Water, or just they don't click Make It Rain on the Switch, or even if they're not the Make It, even if they're not the Make It Rain version, if they're running like Shadow Ball plus Dazzle, which people like. But yeah, it's still not that clear cut for Garg, and it's really not sweeping like it used to. But
the one-trick pony nature of this mon.
We'll see. We might have to move some Pokemon down to B, judging by how big our A gets, because I think there's a clear difference between like Prima and Mola and then some of these guys. But we'll see where our rankings go. All right, let's talk about Gouge.
Okay, I already know who's going down to B. Enam.
Right? I think Gouge is like here.
Gouge is next to Prima, if not better than it.
Yeah, I like the offensive DD set, the 3-attack joint, the most.
Maybe slightly worse than Prima, but those two are like the closest to Shiest.
It's harder to pull off. I wonder what.
It's harder to pull off.
How many times have we seen this guy in tournament? I'm curious. I don't really care about the win rate.
It's not Shiest and its usage is not Shiest. It's like 50%.
18th. So it's not bad.
47%. Oh, it might be worse than Mola.
No, it's very close to Primo, but yeah, the win rate's a little bit lower. But like whatever. Point is, I do think the DD Outrage set is the best set. The 3-attack on offense. DD Heat Crash, Outrage, Earthquake. Morning Sun, that set will always have some good matchups, but I think you should just use this thing as a breaker. Personally, that's just how I feel.
Breaker, yeah, and then just pray that you don't kill something and get revenge. But HO is just like that anyways. You're just gonna have to.
I prefer Dragonite if I'm gonna use the setup Dawn. Personally.
Yeah, facts.
And so that's why I think like
more worse matchups, but in the good matchups, it's kind of unbeatable because of how tanky it is.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. But everyone was crying about the tank set, and then 2 days later, it's like, oh wait, you just status it and force Terra.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't let it set up 10x.
Yeah, if you run 6 physical attack or offense, then yeah, it's gonna be tough, but it's fine.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think Gouge is good here.
How to beat it, and now it's not even a threat. It's like okay.
Nah, but it's definitely good. I think the booster set is still the scariest, and of course it depends what you play. Like you can play against the Sunset, depending on what your matchup is. But
still, pretty amazing.
Sunset's still pretty amazing, but you have to run Sun then, which means you have to accept the revenge matchup by Dragons. So
yeah,
that's the one thing. That's the one thing for Sun. Sun can be amazing, and I think Lilligant's Sun is really hard to beat because Lilligant also checks Dragon.
It's opposing booster HO.
If you play one Dragonite, bro, get ready. Like it's gonna be a really tough matchup.
Yep, and Dragonite's usually put on HO, so there's gonna be 4 more dragons or 2 more dragons.
It's always annoying, right? And then you have that piece of garbage Torkoal, which isn't like good anymore because Yon is gone. So nah, it's tough for sure.
Feels extremely ass right now.
But Gouge in general, annoying with its sets. Definitely an A ranker, high end of A. Okay, let's talk about Great Tusk. This guy's definitely in Shiest.
Still Shiest. No, it's like top 3.
I think it's here, bro.
I think it might be better than Gold and
You think it's better than Gold?
Like, there's still some shit that only Tusk can do. It did fall off and lose a lot of ground.
Dude, but the booster set, I was spamming it so much recently too. Like a lot of this, it's really hard to.
But let me tell you why.
Have a useless Tusk.
As long as Gambit is top 3, this guy cannot be outside of top 5. It's a cat and mouse thing.
Yeah. It just does too much. You got the Impish set, and you got the booster set. You can even use lead. Booster speed bulk up has fallen off a bit, but it's still auto 6-0 some matchups. This thing is like a big reason Roar Zama got invented, because this thing would come in bulk up on Zama and invalidate it.
Yeah, facts.
Now this thing is
it's still good. Like we've seen a lot less booster ones because people have figured out, that. Like you can't hit Clef, or you take the sticky barb, and also you don't do damage to it. And
yeah, the plus speed booster is really weak.
It gets destroyed by Mola. Mola's gonna come in for life. That's why that set was not deleted. Once Mola started taking off, boom, no more
booster plus speed. Hard to get away with it. But then booster attack pulls up, and then Mola gets fried.
Yeah. So this set, offensive Tusks are more used. I think the defensive ones want like lefties, and then just I'm gonna get rocks up and then spin. And tank like 1 or 2 hits.
It's still so good though with Terra Fairy to check Ogre and that kind of thing, and just get the spin off in a like necessary situation or whatnot. Tanking Ogre with minimal HP investment is also crazy.
The most random Terra I've ever heard.
No, that's the one that I use the most. It's just overall checks, whatever. It's like neutral good.
Yeah.
No, but Tusk is good.
I'd still say it's still top 5 in meta and will not change as long as Gambit's good.
We'll see where it goes. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, it is the best remover ever invented. The best.
Yeah, because it can threaten every single Pokemon that would switch in, which is a big deal. I really did like Attack Booster Temper Flare, for the longest time. So I gotta give a shout out to that set. Shit is beast.
All right, next up.
Let's talk about Hatterene.
Hatterene still does what it does. Usage is not high. But
sometimes it's extremely cheap. Sometimes extremely shite.
I'd say either end of A. I'd say it's better.
I would put him like here, but maybe I'm overrating it.
No, you're bugging.
Well, you think it's here?
At most as good as or worse than Clef. Probably worse.
Yeah, we can say it's less consistent. And also when you use Hatterene, when you think it's worse than Corv?
No.
I do.
Or shit. Yeah, it's worse than Corv.
Yeah, it's worse than Corv. Yeah. Now if when we compare it to these guys,
literally walled by Corv too.
It's pretty clearly worse. Yeah. Hat when you use this though, and you have like a greedy team with stuff like, you know, just non.
Oh my lord!
When you play, but also if they have like Heavy Slam or they Ruinate on the Switch, you might lose to that Lou. I like
whatever hazards were prevented.
I still think the grassy terrain set and Calm Mind behind screens are extremely annoying. One second. Yeah.
Yeah, some of the cheat sets are, you know, like when the matchup hits, but you still get destroyed by without screens. You get destroyed by G King unless you Terra. You know.
Yeah, true. But Nuzzle, that set.
Yeah.
Also, you can beat it. With Terra,
but
and then once you Terra, it's annoying. Yeah, Gliscor's a really big.
SD alongside
Score is actually an extremely annoying mon for this because in SDs you do nothing at +1 and they 2 KO you with EQ no matter how much defense you have. So it's like, what's the point? Yeah.
And then Dirge is gonna cook you regardless.
The Dirge always owns you. That's something you just gotta deal with.
And then there's still Gambit. There's still Gold.
Just stuff like Gouge that isn't gonna get KO'd by your move and then it'll just hit you hard with a Flare Blitz or Outrage.
Hard, yeah. There's so many strong neutral hits on you, you know, Ogre, you know, Gouge, Prima, and Clef is
some matchups for this thing are bad too. Like if you run into like a Sun team, you're not taking that Hydro Steam or that Flare Blitz or none of that stuff. You're gonna get fried.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and it's not strong enough to, you know, you got to get turns right with this shit. You got to nuzzle the guy.
You got to get everything. It's one of those guys you got to get everything right with. Otherwise, it's gonna feel like a sack of garbage, and you're gonna be like, dang it.
Unless you're using the Calm Mind Fish set, then it's like, I hope my matchup hits, you know?
Yeah, and then you don't have to do much, right?
But what it does for teams against like Lou and, you know, annoying non-Samu rockers is amazing. Yeah.
We'll put it here.
Being able to bounce. Yeah, I'll put it there. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's talk about somebody.
Val. Just throw that shit at the top first.
I think I messed up my dimensions. Never mind, it's good. Val, where is he? Downstairs? Where is bro?
Right there next to Treads. Left.
Oh, let me move a bunch of guys up so we have viable dudes to talk about.
Yeah, some garbage.
There's too much garbage.
You know, let's speedrun some of it.
We'll speedrun the garbage. Actually,
some guys just never change.
Some guys never change. Okay, Val has definitely gone down a little bit.
Val up there, I would say around the. No, it's better. It might be better than
bro, I feel like for some reason people don't use this thing, but it's always broken. Like I feel like people are just interested in other stuff, but SD is still broken if you don't play Unaware. And Calm Mind can similarly destroy any G Kingless team, and if you have Shadow Ball, you can beat that structure easily.
Yeah, I agree. It's still
this thing is like really I don't know. For me, it's better than Pult, but I understand why it can't be ranked above Pult, just because.
Yeah, it's like a slightly stronger version of DOS, but people are using DOS more instead of this mon because it's basically what Mix Val does, but it gets up rocks.
Yeah, but not what's it called? Encore and D-Bond are pretty amazing. Can't go wrong with those.
Yeah, those are amazing. You can't go wrong with those.
Setup is still disgusting. There are some teams you are just gonna get destroyed because Val's not a frail Pokemon.
But letting Volk check you is kind of.
Well, SD beats it because Volks aren't really bold anymore, even in general.
Yeah, that's true. But there's some limitations, you know.
Yeah, people far prefer the Encore 3 attack set. That's the one I was using in tournament a good amount too.
It's better versus offense, and metagame is getting fatter. That's why it's gotten worse.
But knockoff will always be amazing too. So this guy's up there. Yeah, we'll put him there.
Bolt's at the bottom of Shiest. It's good versus everything, but like super fat.
I think it's better than Deoxys personally.
Is Deoxys is more consistent. Actually, no, this one is consistent.
This one only needs to do one thing. It only needs to run one set.
Yeah, it literally only needs to do one thing. You know it. Your opponent knows.
Dude, this thing feels like Blood Moon Jr. to me in the sense that you'll always trade one mon.
But it's the fair version of Blood Moon.
Yeah, sure, it's definitely fair because it can't Lefties Moonlight, and its Terra Flips are Fairy and Flying, which are definitely annoying. But I don't know. I always have something for this. Is what it feels like. I never feel like I'm insta 6-0'd. I think Specs is the most annoying set to beat because a lot of your Pokemon can't trade into it, and then you switch, but then if you switch, you lose because it's Specs. There is no switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I honestly think this is better than D-Knight.
Fuck no.
You think D-Knight's better?
D-Knight alone invalidates like some play styles, like HO, some HOs and some weathers. They get invalidated by one mon.
That's true. One Lu can beat your thingy no matter what.
Yeah. But I can agree. It's like neck and neck with D-Knight. No
facto. Let's see.
Roaring Moon fell off surprisingly fell off a lot.
Nah,
It might be
nah. You're crazy, dude. He's still the go to this. Like,
it's not used that much, and it's literally worse than Darkrai because
no, dude, it's better.
okay, maybe it's better.
Dude, it is.
Like
It is. Dude, it's better than. Dude, it's.
No,
okay.
it's not as splashable, dude. You're just gonna face Lou, and they're gonna get up max hazards, and
dude, but
everybody's
what if you're taunt? What if you're taunt?
Taunt's the worst set because Gambit is everywhere.
No, I think this thing still has a lot of good moves. Also, I like Brick Break. I like Taunt. You know, this thing still has a lot of options. Also, DD3. Okay, fine, but DD3 attack with EQ is still.
I know,
really
but every
nasty.
team knows what it does, and every team is prepared.
Doesn't matter if they know what it does. It's still like crazy hard to beat. It's right here, 8th most used with the worst win rate of all time.
What the fuck? 39%.
No, that doesn't matter, bro. People are bad.
Shut the fuck up.
39 is crazy.
I knew this shit.
Dude, people are bad. I would win with it if I used it.
I knew this shit was a fraud. Yeah, only noobs like you were like, dude, but the acrobatics, everybody knows what this shit does.
Dude, stop. Noobs like me is so crazy. Dude, it's so good. Every time I use Roaring Moon, boom, they get cooked.
There's a reason I replaced the Roaring Moon on Triple Dark with Dragonite. Dragonite's simply better. This mon cannot be better than Dragonite.
Knockoff is so nasty, dude. Please delete me.
It literally gets directly countered by Dragonite. You ice spin into E-Speed and
to be honest, it's a high skill mon. It's like
no. 39% win rate is crazy. Drag that shit behind D-Knight right now. I will not let you slander D-Knight.
No. We're putting him here. Fine. No, he's here though.
Dude, D-Knight literally directly counters. Ice Spinner into E-Speed always kills.
But you can't switch into that knock. So I'm still forcing something. I'm still forcing something.
No, Landers is coming in. You turning into D-Knight now.
No, I already got chip on your Landers with my lead. You stupidly played around it, and I got that big chip.
Oh, it's okay. I was stacking Landers, so I have a full.
It doesn't matter. But then I still killed 2 mons. It was fine, or 1.5. The point is, he's better. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. Rotom-Wash. This guy's questionable. I thought it was bad, but it's actually good.
It's decent, but then you get PP stalled by Gliscor. Now you're a Volt Switch.
No. The Gliscor PP stalling is disgustingly over exaggerated. It cannot roost and troll. It has to get every single turn right.
Yeah, well, the first time they're always Volt Switching, so I Toxic.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm in versus a Gliscor, that pump is being clicked. I'm not try-harding nothing. Because if they're split F, they're all... Exactly. So, but if you take that chip, though, now you can get something started.
No.
Unless it's unless you're sub-tox, then get lost.
No, guess what? I Toxic on Hydro Pump, and I Toxic again on the Volt Switch, and then Toxic again on the Switch or the Volt Switch.
I did that I did that to the kinetic chain one time. It was a quick rage quit after that. All right. Anyways, we'll put Rotom in B.
Not the chainer.
Let's see.
All right, next up.
It's like here. It's like actually good.
Is it though?
No, I think it's actually good.
Okay. It's doable. It also pain splits back, so you pain splits forever.
Pain splits extremely insane.
Extremely
Some teams
annoying.
I've used teams where I get 6-0'd by this. Like pain splitting.
Yeah, the do nothing teams because they can't handle pain split 32 PP.
My strongest mon will be like a King Gambit. And then I won't have anyone dead, so then this thing comes in for life and walls me. And it's just terrible. It's terrible.
But this mon is super held back by 2 extremely missable moves. And you have to click both of them.
And if you have Thunder Wave, you also gotta hit that garbage. So good luck hitting any of your moves.
Good luck hitting
But Pain Split is broken, so shout out to that move.
Alright, next up.
Claudacious.
Claudacious fell off extremely gooberly.
I think he's here.
Might be not even as good as Clef.
You think he's up here?
On stall? No, definitely not up there.
I think he's like
on stall. Blissey's more essential than this now.
I think he's here.
Nah.
Really? I think people just don't use it.
Yeah, I know. There's a reason they don't use it. Yeah, look at everybody in top tier. All it does is come in on.
Beats him. Him. Loses to him.
Arguable.
Beats him. Loses to these two. Dude, you're right. It's a lot more difficult.
It's a lot more difficult.
They be using Claude? Let's see.
No, they don't be using Claude like
57 win percent, my boy, like that. For real. Okay, good job.
Okay, fine. It still has its good matchups. Maybe it's like...
Dude, he's good. He's like here.
Top of B, bottom of A.
I think he's here. I think he's here. Some matchups, it's like, thank God for my Claude.
That's true. It still has this one thing that it does better than anyone. Which
also, the Amnesia set. Some matchups, it just shuts them down. It's a necessity. We'll return to Claude.
It's one of the only bolt counters ever.
Except for Draco Booster, which fries you, yeah, which is a big deal.
Or any Draco. Specs one will fry you too.
Worst is when I have a Primarina and their Water Absorb. I'm like, why is this my life?
Oh, you know what? Water Absorb is actually nasty.
Water Absorb is cheap. Okay, who do we want to talk about next? Let's talk about Heatran.
Not a real mon because you have to hit Magma Storms. Also, get completely cooked by hazards.
Put that thing like right here. What do you think? There are some matchups it's pretty good. Also, if you don't miss Magma, it's actually really hard to beat. So I think we might be hating. We miss a lot. But if you hit, this thing is disgusting.
It's not even used. Check his usage.
37%. Yo!
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was a
Dude,
fraud.
it's because everybody misses the attack with this, and then you lose.
This shit is just bad.
No, this thing is bad.
No, this shit is garbage. Yeah.
It's here still.
Right there,
it's still better than these guys.
It's still being generous. Yeah, being generous.
Nah. It's still better than these guys. Also, if you do hit Magma, you do win a lot of games, in my opinion at least. Also, Flame Body can cheese. All right.
Yeah, true. True. Flame Body is an unexpected set that sometimes.
Let's talk about Hoopa.
Hoopa is still hit or miss. It's so momentum sappy versus the wrong type of team because you can't run boots on it, and you get cooked by U-turn plus any hazards.
Yeah, you have to run AV to be the best, but the good matchups are crazy versus like you own Mola, for example. You knock off
team and you have AV, and if you have like Trick Room,
you destroy Val always. You destroy Val always because they can't kill you with any move, and Psychic Noise
goes them. It should be the ass end of A because it's like one of the GOAT traders, but the bad matchups are so bad.
Yeah, Gliscor is also really tough if you don't Psychic Noise on the Switch.
Yeah.
But it checks so much stuff really well with the defensive AV.
Well, only when you're in. Like when you're in, you're so good.
Yeah.
When you're in, you trade versus the entire Shice list. But when you switch in, you lose to the entire Shice list. Except for Gold.
True.
Gold you beat forever.
No, but Deoxys, stuff like them, you completely cook. Bolt.
Oh, and Neck.
And look at Rai. What is Rai doing? I'm owning you with my.
And Rai, yeah. Those three you cook.
Yeah, this guy's not bad. Also, Tusk, if it's not booster attack, we're trading that. You know, you can't switch in though, but you can switch into Ice Spinner plus Headlong.
If there's 0 attack, yeah.
Yeah. Which, I guess, but you know what I mean.
But just being weak to U-turn and then weak to momentum.
Nah, for sure. But all around, it's very good.
All right, Glimmora still does what it does. Still at the ass end of Shiest.
Oh wow, you think? Yeah, I was going through the mons and he's better than everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a mon that does its only job.
HO Goat.
Yeah. And then the power set is still unswitchable except for a couple.
Clodsire, literally besides Clodsire and Blissey. Meteor Beam goes
crazy.
It'll
never not be Shiest. Like as long as HO as a style exists, it'll be at the.
Dude, you get T-spikes for getting attack.
T-spikes of free is just.
How can you get? How can they attack you and then you get to win off of it? Get out of here.
Yeah. Get out of here, man.
Extremely cheap.
The concept alone is just cheap. Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Agree.
Okay. Yeah. So I agree with you on that. This guy is one of those mons that just.
See, these guys do the same thing, so we can just speed run them.
Nothing.
No tier shifts.
Gliscor's Shiest, you think? Yeah.
Absolutely. Gliscor's Shiest. It is one of the premier breakers.
I would put bro here.
It might be better. It's like around Darkrai level.
I'll put bro here. Or here.
It's like up there. I might swap.
Wait, I think he's here, bro. I think he's here,
he's
bro.
Here, and then Val behind.
And then Val behind Rai. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think they those three should have switched, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Because Gliscor's way too good in everything.
Because Gliscor versus BO is like, bro.
6-0, yeah, bulky offense is getting fried. You run that Mola structure, I'm ready to SD Terran normal 6-0 you type shit.
Yeah, but also that set is so ass into offense, so it's a trade-off. And then into offense, the toxic ones are fucking.
Dude, or if they have something really annoying, like U-turn, and you have offense and you try to predict it, and then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. But the issue with this mon is when it has the bad matchup, when you have the wrong set in the bad matchup, it's like, oh man. And if you get the protect turns wrong, it's like, dude, I'm so behind. I took chip, I didn't heal up, and now they get to set up for free type shit. So it's like.
And you just feel so behind for no reason. It's like, dude, why am I using Gliscor? Am I bad? And it's just
literally. But the good matchup.
The good matchup.
I think it might be worse than Val.
I don't think so. You don't think so? I love Val,
but
I think too versatile. And I've never played a game where I'm against a Gliscor and I'm like, oh, this is easy. I swear, I've never, even if I have like a good matchup, I'm always scared of that thing doing something. Because Gliscor is one of those Pokemon where you don't want to make the try-hard play against them. Because if they do knock or Toxic the wrong mon, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're screwed. Yeah,
it's one of those mons you can't make the try hard play against. That's what I realized is its most broken factor. Because if you get punished with a knock or Toxic,
done. Such easy progress move.
Yeah, you try to catch some double.
These are progress move too. Dude, those sets are progress making.
Like, this guy's too good. He might be better than Rai.
It is better than Rai. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right. Okay. So
next up.
Agreed.
These are all shit mons.
These are all shit mons.
Blazikins is the only rateable mon up there. Blazikins.
Should we talk about Crown, which we see being used with this Volt Switch 4 attack?
Yeah, only if you're Mimikyu Stardust. Nobody else uses it.
Yeah, I have seen that guy on the ladder always using this set. Yeah. I mean, Future Sight is interesting. We do not see the booster energy.
I tried it one time, and then I realized it was 120 something speed, and I just got fried by some shit fast.
It's not 120 speed. It's like 104 speed.
I mean, it hits 324 speed.
Yeah, it hits 324. Yeah. Really
slow as fuck.
Really garbage speed tier. It's not even weak like that though. The special attack is good. The move is good. It's a very matchup oriented.
It's not that high. It's definitely worse than
I would use this mon. Probably the same I would use Enam.
No, I would use this less frequently than I would use Amoonguss, because Amoonguss checks a very real and very real threat that exists. This mon pivots in on G-King.
You know what this guy's broken on, but nobody ever uses? Terrain. Too bad.
Yeah, too bad Terrain as a whole is fucking garbage.
Whatever. I'd win though. Alright. Shoutouts to Iron Crown. You're bad. Kyurem. This guy is narrowly dodged a ban.
It's not even that good.
No, it's really good still.
Yeah, it's really good still.
It's like here.
Fuck no, it's not Shiest.
What? Yeah, it is.
Look at his usage.
It doesn't matter what the usage is. 15th used with 55 win rate, so it's better than
Prima. That's pretty shiest.
It's better than Bolt in my opinion as well.
I don't know. Bolt's more oppressive.
Nah, this thing trading is crazy, and the boost set will always be good unless you play Blissey. I've never been bad.
This is pretty good, and G-King usage going down is good for it.
Also, you can Terra Ground and beat G-King, which a lot of these teams end up doing. Also, one of the best Ogre offensive checks in the game.
Wow, 4 dragons in a row is crazy.
This thing might be better than D-Knight to me. And
heck no.
Okay. I'm gonna keep him here though. He's very good.
You gotta understand, D-Knight invalidates one whole style. HO.
Fair. But we're putting him here.
But I guess Moon, you can say it invalidates a lot of Fats. But every Fat has an anti-Moon measure, which makes Moon bad against Fats.
Still knocks off.
And
if you have Taunt into Fat, get ready. It's gonna be a tough one.
No, it's gonna be fucking Avalanche Dozo anyways. Or
even then, I knock off your thing for my other guy later.
Yeah, but Stall's also still gonna run Poison Jab, Gliscor, and all that shit. It's good, but
true.
And a lot of teams. Oh, Stall also always has Barb Clef, I think.
Yeah.
Or any Fat team.
Yeah. Clef. Well, Clef in general trades frustratingly versus this. Also, Gliscor, you're right, is a complete bastard.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah.
You know. But these mons are still good. Those are still like.
Dude, Kyurem is just so nasty. Like, look at the guys in A. Kyurem blowing everybody up.
And
Specs is disgusting versus bulky offensive teams. Like, even HO is tough because if they can't OHKO you, which they
can't, you're just gonna trade them on, and then they're gonna fucking come in and
exactly. Speed tiers. We always get mad at Pokemon at this speed tier, but Kyurem is perfectly at this speed tier. Beats Tusk, beats Gold.
How strong it is? Yeah, for how strong it is, the speed tier is perfect.
Only has to click its stab move. Yeah, this thing is definitely right here.
Yeah. Okay. And being faster than Landorus and can always lead versus Landorus, chef kiss.
Just trades into so many mons well too. Terra Flip Fairy, Terra Ice even. Chilly Reception into this so you never die to a physical attack is really good. Dude's cheap.
Yeah, still does what it does.
Yeah.
Next up.
Let's talk about King Gambit and put him at the top. At number 1, because like what else?
Just put it number 1. Just put it number 1.
There's really nothing to say. Same shit.
It does what it does.
There's nothing to change. Like it's just honest work. This guy comes in after you've misplayed the whole game, clicks SD, Terra Darks. Congratulations, sir. You deserve that.
Congratulations.
You outplayed. Yeah. Anyways, it's cheap. Cheap is cheap. Basically forces a lot of other Pokemon. The metagame revolves around this guy and always will revolve around this guy. So we'll just put him at the top.
But without it, too many mons will go out of whack. Like
this is like the Magearna of this gen. It's like Arceus, but it's like
hold shit together.
Legal.
You know?
I don't know how to explain it. Okay, let's continue. Boulder.
What else?
Boulder is pretty shit.
Remember when we put Boulder in Shiest?
Oh my god, so that was one of our takes that aged
Boulder's
horribly.
like top of B or like something like that.
Dude, it's like a Hoopa level mon, but I would use Hoopa first.
Nah, it's not even as good as Rotom in them. It's like top of B. It's like around as good as them. It's like top of B.
I would say that he's worth using as much as Enamorus.
Wait, give me un segundo.
Yeah, no problem. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. okay. So we were talking about Iron Boulder, which is pretty bad. Probably put it at B.
Yeah, Iron Boulder is pretty bad. It's
not consistent, extremely terror reliant. But sometimes versus opposing offense, it's like, oh
versus
my
opposing
god,
offense,
dude.
Outbeat their like 2 boosters. Oh my god. And when they have a moth, you just come in for free.
And when you have the best coverage of all time. Also, this thing's special defense is really annoying. Like,
really
annoyingly high. Yeah.
Yeah. And some other things it does is like it counters some of those annoying psychic types. Like,
yeah, that is true. Like you set up on G-King, for example.
Yeah, you set up on that. You set up on stored power Latias, you know, those cheese sets.
Oh, that's actually true. I didn't think about that. You destroy Latias.
Hack gets booped if you.
Deoxys as well can only hit you with a knockoff, and if you consume booster, that's not really doing much at all.
Yeah, but once again, matchup fishy. Sometimes when you have the shit matchup, like if you have a simple Landorus matchup, you know, sometimes you could just do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it needs +2 to do anything. So like that turn to set up is needed, and you literally cannot run any other move besides SD because without SD, this shit is weak as fuck.
Yeah, nah, literally. Without SD, this guy's. Yeah, what else would you do? You cannot run unless you want to run that banded cork drive. In which case, good luck, sir.
It's like a Blaziken type situation where you need that free turn. You know, you get it courtesy of your speed.
Agreed.
So it's basically speed boost. Yeah. So it's
Blaziken's a good way of looking at this clown.
Yeah, next guy.
Let's talk about somebody good.
Everybody's ass. Treads is good. I knew it. I've been the #1 supporter of Treads.
Move him up, Lottie.
And Treads just gets better and better.
I got a lot of good guys to move up here.
Yeah, Treads does something on offense by giving offense a good Glim matchup. True. It also has a good matchup versus like Clef and all that shit. You know, good matchup versus Kyurem with the Steel Beam set. You know, and Earthquake Ice Spinner set is still pretty good. It's tanky. You know, you can lead versus a lot of shit. It gets the reliable spin off versus even a lot of golds with Balloon because they can't kill you. You know, also destroys the Hex ones, tanks T-Waves. You know, all that shit.
Talking about Treads, right? Sorry.
Yeah, talking about Treads. Yeah. It also beats Bolt, one of the only mons on offense that easily does
completely destroys Bolt. You come in and completely expose it. Like, they can't do anything.
Yeah.
So they cannot OHKO you unless it's Weather Ball in the rain, but that's a completely different type of team you're playing at that point.
Absolutely. I think this is the closest it's been to Shiest, but it's still
it's very good. It's very good. I think it's like here or
might be worse than Aloe, but you know.
Do you think Aloe's better than Gouge, or you think I'm overrating Alomomola?
Aloe might be better than Gouge. I
think it's better as well.
Yeah, Aloe is just cheap.
Yeah, because I'm like, the difference between Treads and Gouge is not as much as the difference between Mola and these two as a whole.
Yeah. Aloe might, Aloe and
Prima, they lead this A tier.
They could move up. It depends on how things fall. Those are some.
Those guys are beasts. Those guys are beasts.
Yeah. I might even move Prima up.
Moth is one of those. Moth is pretty fire right now. No
Moth
pun intended.
Moth is somewhere in A. It's like somewhere around Gouge, but worse.
It's better than Gouge.
Nah, it's worse than Gouge.
Then
it has worse matchups sometimes. Because if you face a Lu, you're just down a Mon. If you face a,
I think Terra Blast's cheap, but I guess you have to Terra. Yeah.
Like you use your Terra, and then now D-Knight can come in and E-speed you.
Yeah, D-Knight's always beating you too, unless you're Terra Fairy Dazzle, which is a great set in its own.
And then you're forced to Terra to beat shit like Dirge, you know.
Yeah.
And if you Terra and they Terra, like they still wall you, and you just use your Terra. So.
No, 100%.
Yeah, but it's good with some steroids backing it up, like veil screens,
facts.
You know, like max hazards, you know, sun boost. This guy always needs something. It can't.
It does need something, but it can be one of the most effective booster guys. Like I really think it's better than Gouge. I'm willing to put this above Gouge if we put Moon behind D-Knight. I think it's better, dude.
No, because if you don't fiery boost, sometimes you're just doing
right. Wait. If you don't fiery boost, it's Jove. It's Jove. Yeah.
Also, versus AVG King, thank you for the match.
In general, if you don't boost, it's just you get so angry you might just tilt yourself into losing the game.
Even if you do boost, it doesn't do shit. Versus Claude versus G King, what are you gonna do? You just
no. If you boost into G King, they're completely goobed.
Yeah.
But you have to boost. But if you do boost, it's good.
If you attack into Spadev Gliscor and they don't boost, oh my lord.
I think he's better than Gouge, but we'll come back. All right, Landorus. Landorus was in Shiest and like higher up. No, but it's like it's falling off
of it. It was like top of Shiest, but now it's like middle of Shiest or bottom of Shiest. It might be. Oh, it's still so splashable versus offense though. It's like
bro is heat with both sets, defensive U-turn and fast U-turn.
Wait, maybe Tusk is slightly lower. I think right now, oh, the 3 ground types are infinitely close. Like Tusk, Gliscor, and Landorus.
Then you want to do this?
Close. What's the best out of the 3?
You think Landorus is better than the other guy?
Better than who?
52. It's used a lot. I think Landorus is here. I think Gliscor is better right now, but Landorus was better 7 weeks ago.
True. That makes sense. And then is Tusk better? Check this. Just check the usage.
I think Tusk is for sure the most used or second most used. Yeah, second. No, it's literally the most used. They're tied, but it's win rate's trash. Doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though. It's a. A lot of these are mirror. A lot of these are Tusk. A lot of these are Tusk versus Tusk matchups too. Yeah. I don't think it's worse than Paul Pro. I think he's better.
Okay, fine. True. It still spins. Yeah, facts.
Half and half. We'll come back to this, but I think Gliscor is for sure better than Landorus. And
agree. Yeah. Next up.
Lottie twins. Okay, Latias is just cheese. I put this thing in A. It's not that.
Definitely not A. Definitely not good enough to be A.
You don't think it's like a Hoopa level mon? I think it's a same.
It's a Boulder level mon if worse. Because
no way. Terra on this is really cheap with Fairy or Steel. It's really hard. So for some teams.
But Gambit's on every team.
True, but you can Aura Sphere.
Yeah, and then but you're also useless versus every unaware.
No, you can store power through unaware if you figure it out correctly. It can be done. It can be done.
Possible.
Dude, I think you're underrated.
Usage. It's not even used. It's all on paper. People always like.
Jamie, pull that up. Jamie, pull that up. All right.
When's the last time you saw it actually sweep somebody?
Look, it got used 6 times and it won 4 out of 6, and it lost to our guy, but that's just because our guy's a goat. So Latias is definitely not bad.
66.
Nah, it's definitely A rank. It's better than all this trash. Trust me on that.
Fine.
Otherwise we have to put Hoopa low.
It's not no A. It's not no A.
Then we have to put Hoopa. It is. It's literally better than Hoopa. It is.
It's not better than Hoopa.
Yeah, and it's more used too. It's literally better than Hoopa.
Hoopa has some god usage. I mean, Hoopa has some god matchups.
No, it's better than Hoopa. I'm not even saying it's good. You won't catch me using this trash, but
first of all,
then we're putting both these guys in B. That's what I think.
Okay, fine. Top of B is fine.
This thing has a lot of auto win matchups.
Dude, Lottie has to be used with like screens or cheese or like max hazards or something.
It's still cheap though, and I think it's one of the nastiest Terra abusers. But I agree with you that you have to Terra. But then you have to put these guys in B. Both of them. Is what I think.
To everything though. It's like without screens, it loses to everything.
Then we're gonna do this.
Okay, this is fine.
Yeah. Because I can't accept.
I agree with this.
Yeah. Okay.
This is fine.
Okay.
Latios is worse. Latios is literal UU, so it's C.
No, it's not worse than everything here. You're crazy. It's like I would use it about the same as I'd use an Enam currently.
No, it's worse than Enam for sure.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's literally worse than Enam. Yeah.
No. Terra Steel is not bad.
Once you use it, you're gonna realize 350 is not what it once was, and it takes up that dragon slot that pivots into Ogerpon. Once you get nuked by one Ogerpon, you're gonna be like, "Fuck this mon, I'm never using this shit."
Whatever, we'll put him here. I haven't used this enough to talk about it.
It does goob Aloe.
With Psychic Noise. Psychic Noise is so weak. And it can run Soul Dew though, which is pretty fire.
It has to run Soul Dew, otherwise it's weak as fuck.
Whatever. The point is Soul Dew is fire. We're on the same page.
With Soul Dew, you're actually doing giga damage. So
the soul is due.
I would use this. Oh, will I use this more than Tachyon guy? Ooh, I think they're neck and neck. This guy and Tachyon guy. Ooh, this guy's definitely not as good as Blissey, which was one of the only walls to like Volcarona, neck, Darkrai, and walls half the entire Shice list.
Yeah.
I would say this guy's either Amoonguss level or Tachyon level.
Yeah.
Drop that shit back. You think it's better than Amoonguss or worse than Amoonguss?
Who? Tachyon guy?
No, Latios.
It's good where it is, I think.
Blissey's better because Blissey was
No, Bliss. I would use a Bliss before I use a Latios, and then I wouldn't. I would probably use Amoonguss before I use Latios too. But but we're obsessed with Amoonguss, and then these other 2 steel types are garbage, so we're not even gonna talk about those.
Next up.
Oh yeah, I gotta put all the good guys. Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is not what he was, but I see a lot of people trying to make Mandibuzz happen recently.
It's just not good. It's just not good.
A lot of people are trying to make Buzz happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
You can't be weak to rocks, weak to knockoff, weak to every status ever, and weak to just passive damage. It's
also
just
Rai coming in and showing you what's good, like Kyurem, Bolt.
Gliscor coming in for eternity. I'm in this bitch for eternity.
I'm in this bitch for 1 day star, so I don't know what. This guy's garbage, but he's like fun garbage.
Not even C.
He's not C.
No.
He's not C. He'll never be C.
No. I would not use this over.
We'll put him here. Yeah, you know what? Nobody uses this. What does this do?
For a reason.
There's Gliscor is back. Who is this? This guy was only good on the stall with Gliscor when Moon Ogre was the meta, but those two have, you know, they're not the goats anymore. All right, speaking of which, let's talk about Ogre the goat.
Goat is Shiest. It's somewhere in Shiest, and it's somewhere.
I think it's here.
Around, yeah, somewhere around that level. This shit might be better than.
Might be better than Rye.
Not better than Rye.
They're the same, but it's more broken than Rye, so I'd put it here.
Okay, fair.
But I don't think it's better than these guys.
Yeah, those guys are more splashable. This is slightly.
It might be better than Landorus.
No, not better than Landorus. Landorus versus HO, all HO is just so splashable. And
this thing is good. This thing is also really easy to put and win with on any team.
Yeah, it's like Landorus level. Yeah.
It like does nothing. It literally has to click one move every time, and you have to get like one prediction right usually in a game to get the advantage with this mon.
Nah, but there's games where
this is the highest reward, lowest risk to me.
No. Versus HO a lot of times. Versus Dragon Spam HO a lot of times. You're not doing shit.
True, but at least you stop them from setting up. Like it's never.
Landorus is definitely better. Landorus is good in every single game. Look at the guys I've had of Landorus. They're good in every single game ever.
Nah, Ogre's similar.
Nah, fuck no. Landorus is better than Ogre.
Nah, Ogre's better.
You're hit by every single hazard too.
Dude, Ogre's better. Ogre's better. Trust me.
No, Ogre's not better.
It is.
Like doesn't single-handedly destroy stuff. Like, yeah, check the usage.
Jamie, pull that up. All right, 16.
Worse for Landorus, and the win rate is whatever.
It's like whatever.
Nah, Landorus better. Oh, Landorus better.
No, it literally doesn't matter.
Higher usage and higher win rate. Lando.
Fake.
Lando.
Dude, statistics have ruined you people. All right, let's see. Okay, we'll put him here for now.
So,
but we'll be back though. We'll spin back on this.
Meow is on the rise. I think Meow's better than what it appears as. It's actually.
I think Meow's like here.
No. It's not better than all those.
No,
guys.
It's literally better than these guys. It's just not used.
Yeah, aka it's worse than Sind, and it should be there. In my humble opinion,
I would use it before I use these two. I think it's better than
Pult
Sind.
destroyed Pult though. What does this guy destroy? You know.
This guy's just nasty into these fire water grasses. Also, it's annoying with knockoff. Axel low kick.
Yeah.
Good typing is dark type. I guess it does. Yeah. No, you're right though. It suffers so much competition from other dark types.
So much competition, yeah.
Also exists on one type of structure, which is the bulky with boots spam.
With boots, yeah. And then it has to compete with Weavile
and Dragapult. So it's like, come on now. You're right.
Yeah, and Weavile and Dragapult, in my humble opinion, are both better.
Sometimes though, this guy's so shy, but I agree with you. Yeah, as a Weavile user, I agree with you. He's just superior.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's cooking. Lilligant. Lilligant is amazing in my opinion.
It's only used on Sun, and
it's really good on Sun. Like I think it should always be on Sun personally, but that's just me.
It competes with Tusk for that fighting spot on Sun.
True.
But it's so fast, and that coverage is amazing. I think it's just.
I think it's a top of B. Because Sun is like a B rank strategy.
Nah, it might be worse than Latias. It might be worse than those two.
Okay, we can put it here. Yeah, it forces a lot of stuff. Also, Volk Fizdef owns you. So
Volk owns every variation.
Yeah.
True.
Assuming it's Flame Body. If you're Swarm, you don't win. Because that's like it's 2 KO'd by CC. But yeah.
Yeah, true.
Pex is an A ranker.
No.
Yeah. Then he's gonna be at the top of B.
Yeah, top of B maybe.
Yeah, Pex is still exploited heavily.
But once again, some of the good matches feel amazing. But once you run into
my name is Gliscor, and I will show you the way.
My name is Geeking. Yeah.
Also, gold for life, right? Another guy that's coming in.
It might be even worse than that because 3 Shiest tier level monsters just fucking dump on you all day.
I think it's here.
It might be. I used Rotom before I used this.
Then I would put it here, but then I think this guy's like
worse. Yeah, I agree.
And maybe he's like even. No, he's here. Yeah, we'll come back to this. Okay, Rye Bomb.
Sun is not that good.
Webs is cheap, but Webs we haven't seen as much of lately.
Webs fell off. Yeah, this shit fell off.
No, but Webs is still good though.
Top of B or bottom of A. It's still a Webs enabler.
Put him right here. Because Webs can auto just win. Samurott H. This guy fell off a lot.
This fell off a lot. It went from Shiest to now A, I think. It's competing with the other 2 water types right there. Yeah.
I think he's here.
Yeah, it might be worse. Yeah, literally. Just because Prima directly counters
I think its best set is now Sash lead. Boots version still does exist and is not bad in its own way, but I don't know. Harder to get away with Samurott ceaseless edging. The way it used to be with just brainlessly. The Sash lead set is still really good though, and it beats the water dude. What's his? I'm not the water dude. It beats Glim. Glim has to make a decision versus you.
Yeah,
if it wants to break your sash or what.
Yeah, Glim's always attacking, I think.
Also checks G-King teams pretty well. A lot of these G-King teams, they focus on like a Cinderace or a Tusk to remove the hazard, and Samurott is notoriously annoying for those structures.
I think that's the correlation. G-King usage went down, and this guy's usage went down. That's a little, you know, checking relationship, you know. Yeah.
Also, it's just the emergence of Darkrai and Roaring Moon again. It's tough to be the premier Dark type, but you used it a good amount. It's a good mon.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. If you don't miss Cecil's Edge, this mon feels so free.
Yeah.
Worse than a Boots meta, you know. The more we go towards a Boots meta,
he's still very solid though. Let me make this a little smaller so we can look at a few mons.
But versus offensive teams, Cecil's is more impressive. Because otherwise, if you use Sash, you're just throwing it away to get up 1 or 2 layers that are gonna get tanked by Boots anyways.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at G-Kizzle.
G-Kizzle still shiced.
For sure. I think it's like here.
No, it's better than those guys. It's like
it's better than Kyurem?
Better than Kyurem, absolutely.
Then we'll put it. Okay, well then I'm looking at this wrong. Then it's pivot based, so then it's gonna be here.
Yeah. It's like I would say it's there or a little worse.
Because if we're talking about the effectiveness of the pivot, then it's gonna be up here.
It fell off though. It went down. It used to be there. Remember how early meta, like some people would use G-King teams 4 times in a row.
I don't know.
But now it fell off. Because the Darks got
dude, it's still so cheap.
It's
and
so cheap.
some matchups like you need this, and like some teams there's like nothing else that could ever fit besides this.
Yeah, I'd say it's good.
Enables a lot of stuff. Also, it destroys stall by itself, and it's pretty versatile. Versatile meaning AV versus Boots, but yeah.
Yeah, right there is fine, and you can run different coverage moves.
It might honestly be better than Landorus.
Nah, Landorus has way better player
offense.
This thing is vulnerable because this guy's vulnerable to.
Also, you can. There's also some games where you'll lose. Also, I was just about to say, sub Shadow Ball Val is notorious for 6-0ing this when you try to cheese.
And my patented sub Volcarona to counter this. You know,
facto. Also, Gliscor, if you don't have Ice Beam, get ready to get set up on an owned.
Yeah, exactly.
Gold Gambit, they still do the same thing. Val and
I was just gonna say, like all top 6 of the Shice, except for Earth Power Lando. But if you guess the wrong stand, they EQ you, which has happened to me many times. I switch and I'm like, what you doing? Boom,
Earthquake. Okay, you're a very brave man for deciding that it's Earth Power for no reason.
No, I literally decide that every time in that interaction. They usually U-turn out. They're like, no, surely he doesn't stay in. But I got punished before. But anyways, yeah, still amazing. It's just that the first 6 mons all destroy it. First 5 mons at least all destroy it.
Nah, I agree with that.
In fact, half the Shice list destroys this.
Let's talk about Ryla.
Fell off heavily, but I still think it's A.
Dude, this thing is like
not like top of A anymore, but like still up there. It's like, you think this is better than Moth and them? For sure.
Yeah.
No, this is for sure not fucking with the first 3 water types. It's for sure not fucking with the first 3 water types.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. Actually, it's not. Grassy teams have disappeared. I like Bandit a lot, but that's just me.
It might be,
and also because when you play offense, Bandit is so nasty. No, it's better.
It's worse than Trez and Clef, in my humble opinion.
Dude, what? I guess Grassy teams have really disappeared.
Because you're buffing the other guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love this guy though, and being an ogre switching is so good.
So good, yeah.
Also, it's just really hard to beat when it's banded. In my opinion, you also trade into Landorus pretty good. I really like this guy.
Yeah,
I would say it's here. And then I would say Clef is maybe better than Treads then.
Nah, Treads is better than both of them. Treads has a role on HO. There's a reason why Treads HO like has, is taking over a lot of Glim's market share.
Then we're putting it here. I think you're right.
Yeah. Maybe Glim is lower. I don't know. You think Glim is still that good? Just because Treads is so good.
I think Glim is insanely good. I think it's here. Yeah, I think it's here still.
You still think it's better than Prima in them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's in a different league. For sure, it's in a different league than those guys.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, Lou. Lou is probably in Shice.
Still pretty good. It's still at the ass end of Shice. It still does something that no other mon
I think he's better than these two.
Arguable, yeah. Arguable.
I think it's more consistent.
Let me think. Well, you don't outlast a lot of the I mean, not Oma. Aloma plus Gliscor shits. You get taunted by Landers, but you get Ruination chip. But some fatter teams with with like Alomomola, they don't care about hazards, and your Ruination does nothing. They just flip turn out.
Let me go add a couple of other good mons.
Yeah, so you need the right sets. You need the right sets. I don't think it's as good as Glim, in my humble opinion. Oh, actually, no, it might be better because defensively,
for sure, it's better.
Yeah, it's better.
Zapdos, I completely forgot about him. Holy cow, I haven't seen a Zapdos in 30 years. Seriously,
that's true.
What happened to my boy?
Raging Bolt happened.
That's true. All right, I'm adding some of the other guys.
Gliscor, actually, it's just Gliscor, nothing else.
Let's see who else here is viable. Ogerpon regular is definitely viable.
Manaphy.
Until is viable. Muck A is decent, but the regular one is literally better. Petchront. I've moved a good amount. I'll go back after we talk about some of these.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So next batch, folks. Let us cook. All right, Tinkaton. We've seen Tinkaton a little bit. It's honestly pretty solid. The typing, Steel Fairy, and then Balloon with the pickpocket ability. That whole combination of defensive utilities and then the ability to have a quote-unquote knockoff without having knockoff is crazy. So
yeah, and the ability to lead versus so many styles, leads and chips the ground flying, both of them.
Mold Breaker is a great ability. Destroys Hatterene as well because Gigaton, but yeah.
Yeah, and you can Mold Breaker, get up rocks. You already said that, yeah. But this mod is just really good as a lead.
I won a game yesterday because this guy knocked me off turn 1 with Gliscor as I went for rocks, and then
and then fucking lost the item.
He lost his Toxic Orb. And then I was like, and then I encored him into knockoff, and I was like, you're 6-0'd, like you're done.
No, that's some funny shit. That's some funny shit.
Yeah, I really like Tinkaton. I don't use it that much, but I think it's really good. Like I think it's like,
really good.
I think it's on top of B, or it could be like end of A.
Pass of A. It might be better than
this guy.
Yeah,
B.
Might be better than those guys. Yeah, in my opinion.
It might be better than Meow. It might be better than Meow. It might be better than Meow.
Yeah, it's
and then Meow might be better, worse than Claude.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
that makes sense.
All right, Weavile. Yeah. I think Weavile's very, very good.
Very good.
I would put it honestly like at the
auto
top
checks,
of A.
Weavile. I mean, auto checks Roaring Moon.
Everything in Shiest gets beaten by the set triple axle low kick ice shard knockoff on a long enough time frame.
Yeah, but the SD set is still more used, and the SD set
SD is a great win con. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like 4 attack more.
But if you triple axle into a Volcarona, it's also like, oh,
you think this thing is better than Glimmora?
Weavile?
Yeah. No?
Weavile might be better than Glimmora.
Then we'll put Glimmora back here in A, and we'll put it here.
Glimmora back here, and then Weavile up there.
You think Weavile's up there?
Weavile might be the gatekeeper of Shiest.
Weavile's very, very, very good.
Very, very good. I hardly have a game where Weavile.
People don't even use it as much, but I just feel like it's one of those mons. I'm curious about its usage.
Okay, fine.
Oh no, 21st is pretty decent usage. It's right next to Glimmora. They're tied and they have the same win rate, which is hilarious. And Samurott's around there too, which is funny.
Yo, drop it down a little bit.
I think he's better than Glim by a hair.
Glimmora's better. Also
Glimmora's better? What do you think?
Yeah, Glimmora's better.
Okay.
Glimmora's better.
I can accept it.
And then we vastly underrated Garg, actually. Garg is way higher.
Then yeah, because I can't say Gorilla's better
than Garg. Garg is better than those guys. Garg is might be better than...
What do you think is here?
The Fires. Garg might be better than the Fires.
It's definitely not better than Gouge, in my opinion.
Definitely not better than Gouge?
Definitely not better than Gouge. Maybe Moth, just because Moth is more Terra reliant to beat most mons, because Energy Ball Moth fell off, but...
Yo, Mola might be fucking way better than we give it credit for. Check Mola usage and win rate. Just to confirm.
Mola win rate is 58% and is used about as much as Samurott and Weavile, so we were actually pretty spot on with its usage.
Yeah.
But regardless,
it might be better than Samurott.
I think it's it's better than Samurott for sure right now. And then Prima, I think, is still better than Weavile personally.
Prima's better than Weavile. Yeah, Prima's better than Weavile.
Prima is still very good. Prima might be better than Glim, but Glim's unique role puts it kind of above that. Yeah,
that's true. I was saying Prima is the gatekeeper.
Okay, this guy is one of the most frustrating guys to use right now. I cannot figure out his utility. Walking away.
No. It's just basically only good on Sun, but what it does on Sun, only that thing does. It's
I put him right here. I put him right here.
No, a little better, I think. Actually,
really?
Cause think about this thing carries Sun. Yeah,
carries
right there.
And it's not. It won't be useless off of Sun. That weatherless set can be frustrating.
Can be frustrating, but it's best with Sun, and it's still
extremely bulky. Extremely bulky.
Yeah. But if you don't have the right answer to this shit, you're fucked. you're fucking done.
I would be more afraid of a Samurott than this. So I'm gonna put it right here.
Yeah, true. Samurott's better on average because you're always getting.
You think it's better than Gouge? I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Drop it behind Gouge. Drop it behind Gouge.
Okay.
And Salt. Drop it behind Salt.
Okay.
Salt's better on average.
I can agree with that. Okay. Regular Volk.
Shit might be worse than Moth. Actually, no. I don't know.
I would put
regular
Moth here.
Volk is around.
Or you think I'm underrating Volk?
It's hard to because everyone behind Darkrai is all setup mons, and they are better in different,
Moth
scenarios.
really destroys Shice tier for the most part.
Not really, because they're still they're still Prima, they're still Glim, Gouge comes in, Salt, and then there's.
No, I was saying Shice tier. Sorry, not A. A has better checks. You're right. Prima's annoying because they don't run Giga Drain much anymore.
Yeah. And Dragonite's always there. Lou's still there.
Gouge is gonna beat you if you're not Terrablast ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Opposing Moth is annoying if you're not Terrablast. That thing's gonna beat you.
Placement. I think it's better than Kyurem.
Okay, I can live with that too. It's easier to use.
I think it's better than Kyurem. It's like around Dragonite level. Dude, I think both Dragonite
Val?
and Bulk.
Sorry, what you saying?
Val's fine. Val's fine. Okay. I think. Oh, shit. I don't think Moon is that good, but at the same time, I don't even know. Like
Moon's a goat.
Like Darkrai and Moon.
Moon's a goat. Moon's a goat. Trust me.
Okay, true. Moon is the goat.
All right, Zaza, Magenta.
Zaza's insane. Zaza is around Pult level.
Is busted.
Zaza around Pult level.
It's like here.
Might be better than Pult.
We like it more than Pult, but I think Pult's easier to win with and use.
No, Zama's easier to win with. Pult has more playable matchups.
Yeah, IDEF takes no skill, but people only really use IDEF. Boots 4 is still disgusting.
Yeah, it's still disgusting. It's just Zama is,
Also, it beats Gambit is a big deal, so we can put him above Pult.
So big of a deal. Yeah. So big of a deal.
Also, you never know what you're running into.
Swap.
What, you think this is better than Tusk?
Directly countered. I was gonna swap it with Tusk, but Pult directly countering them is
and also no way it can beat Tusk, because Tusk is better, just all around with the helmet.
Yeah, just all around.
Different types of utility. Let's talk about.
Is it better than Pult or worse than Pult? You think?
I think they're even, but I think Pult is like slightly better. Zos still gets owned by like helmet stuff, and then there's some matchups where you have to get like every turn right. It's not like Pult, which takes no skill.
True. Pult's better. Pult's better.
Pult actually takes no skill. You will farm HO with Dog most of the time, but I don't know. There can be some surprise stuff. Yeah.
Check the usage and win rates.
I'm curious about Za. 6th most used, 55 win rate. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah. This guy's a beast. Yeah.
It's close, but. We'll come back.
Yeah, I agree with this.
Volcanion. I never used this, but it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So
it's like Rillaboom level, but lower. It's like I
think it's like here.
Might be worse. Actually no. It's literally used more than Meow.
It's pretty defensively sound too. Hard to fit though.
Hard to fit for real.
Really hard to fit.
It's like Hoopa level. Or occasionally good. Like when it's good, it's good.
I would put it here then.
Yeah.
Would I really say Volk's better than Corv? Hell no. This guy's here.
No. It's around Rotom level. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. Dirge is amazing. He got to be an A ranker. I would honestly put Dirge like right here, if not better than Mola, personally.
Not better than Mola.
Then he's here. Then he's here for sure.
Yeah. That's fine because of so many guys it checks.
So many guys it checks. Still an amazing sweeper. Owns Gliscor. If they're SD, not toxic. Even if it gets knocked, you can still win with it. You just have to be smart. And you shouldn't get knocked off. But yeah.
But all three unaware guys are balanced. Like all three of them are in the same tier, same level, with a slight bias towards Dirge because it's more compatible with more teams. Like
Dirge fits on so many teams, and it's a great win con. So like it's no skill. It's like the new Calm Mind Clef sort of feel. Like it's easy to win with. It's like a Gliscor-esque mon, no skill.
But it's like it's more play intensive. Like Dirge and Claude, they beat the guys forever, and you play itself.
Yeah.
But Dirge, Terra management is important, and a lot of teams they must Terra Dirge to beat the guys that it needs to beat.
Right.
So it's like more skill intensive and team building intensive mon.
But Dirge can
as opposed to the other guys.
The GOAT.
Yeah, I agree completely. Dirge might not be as good as.
Yeah. What do you think?
Dirge might not be as good as the free as spike spammer and the cheap as Because you still have the Terra. It's kind of Terra-lion in the same sense as Salt. So it should be around Salt level. Like either slightly better or worse.
I think it's better than Samurott, or we'll do this.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Zapdos, who doesn't exist anymore. But
not really
it's still,
a real mon.
But it's still Zapdos. I could never see it being bad.
Yeah,
like
still,
I would probably like.
No, not that high. Not that high. It's not as good as Hoopa in them.
Then it's
and
it
Rotom.
is.
It's like worse than Rotom. It's worse than Rotom.
Yeah, it is worse than Rotom right now, which is crazy.
It might be worse than Volcanion and Lilligant and Heatran. No, it's worse than Rotom for sure because Rotom does what it does. Because max defense, Zapdos is for Tusk and Rotom does that.
I'm actually mad curious how many of these have been used in tournament.
Java used it in one.
It used 54 times, 54th, so it's even lower than Meow and right next to
44% win rate. This shit is
versus Hoopa 75. Shaboing. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good. You had a good call with this. Nobody even touches this anymore.
Volcanion for sure. I guarantee you, it's worse than Volcanion. It's used less and wins less.
Barely. Volk was used more, but had a similarly bad win rate. But I can agree with this because there are some matchups now where you run into and you're like, why do I even have this? It's just way better Mon's doing his job for him.
Yeah, and when you miss Hurricane, it's like, dude. And when you face Spadef Gliscor, it's just like, dude.
Dude, or G-King or anything.
Lou, it's just like, dude.
You don't check anything either.
Yeah.
You don't check anything correctly, early. Also,
yeah, because if you're relying on Hurricane hitting, it's like, dude.
Okay. Torque is Sun, and Sun is
kind of garb right now.
Sun is a garb, but it's like still Sun though. I would probably consider it Web's level.
It's better than Web.
So it's here.
Sun.
It's here then.
Neck and neck with Web. Sun as a style might be slightly.
I think it's worse than Web's, but
I think it's worse than Web too.
We'll put it here. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Skarm. It's a great mon.
Skarm.
Fantastic Pokemon. I would honestly put Skarm here or
fuck no.
Here.
You're way overrating it.
I don't think so.
No, you're way overrating it. As a spiker, it's not as good as Samu.
It's better.
In my opinion. I don't think so.
It lasts forever, and it beats a lot of mons in Shice like Gambit, Tusk, Za, Gliscor, Landers T, checks Cudgel Guy with Press or Brave Bird. I think you're underrating him. Also one of the best moon switchings in the tier. And long term checks a lot of these guys. I think it's like here, dude. Like I think it's extremely good.
Went down because fat teams are just gonna go Aloe on you, and they have max boots, and they're just gonna pivot around.
It depends on your team, right? Because when I ran it spammed with Weavile.
If you face max boots, it's just a down a mon because they're gonna have a GK
but you'll have a Weavile, so you will knock the necessary mons. This mono is always with some type of strong knock Pokemon. I think this thing is really good.
Usage just went down, but I think it's still pretty good. It's not as good as those guys though. It's not as good as Dirge for sure.
I think he's here then. Then he's here. He's better than Salt. It's way better than Salt consistency wise.
Heck no. Salt's only bad against Clef, one mon.
No, Salt's bad against any hazards. This thing is just overall solid. Also, it's a really good spiker. I think you're underrating how easy it is to spike with this thing.
Yeah, I know, but because Spike's so prominent in the meta because of Gliscor, this mon suffers from the same like max boots.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. These structures, they always have Weavile or Meow or something to benefit from the fact that you're running a Skarm build. So you will end up.
But if you have a Skarm plus Weavile team and they have like a Corv plus whatever boots team, then their Corv is just gonna slow U-turn on your guy, and you're down a mon. But they have a momentum mon.
You have Helmet, so they will lose long term doing that. If they get knocked plus U-turn plus helmet. Yeah, sure. But I still think it's better than Garg. I would use this before Garg. I think you're going to get more out of this than Garg.
Garg gets consistent rocks though.
Yeah,
this guy, you really overrate Skarm.
I think Skarm's so not Terra reliant too though.
You also lose. You get fucking destroyed by Hatterene too.
Yeah, I guess, but like, Hat's not everywhere.
You get smoked by Hatterene. Landers is preventing
look
your
spike. Look at Shice. Look how many mons that you set up on in Shice. Look how good you are as an early game check to everything. People cannot even bring their Gambit out and do anything as long as Skarm is around. Because even if you Swords Dance, I def, and you take Chip. Yeah, it's gonna be paired. Sure, I agree, but then you spike. So I think this guy versus offense is so easy.
Let's see the usage and win rate.
Yeah, sure, but
there's been very few Skarms except for the first couple weeks.
Skarm is 29th use, so same place as Clef, Ace, Treads, Mola, and the win rate is 53, so you can't really derive much from it. Yeah, it's like higher than the others. But I'm telling you, bro, it's so easy to win with. It's really good. I think it's here.
Still gets spikes. Okay, yeah, sure. Neck and neck with Garg, because Garg is a rocker and this guy's a spiker, and they're both good against offense. Okay, I can see that argument. Both good against our offense. Both get
this guy really took Corv's role in terms. I'm not saying like they defog similarly, but like it's easier to go on the offensive than go on the defensive the way Corv was doing.
That's true.
So I really like Skarm's role. Yeah. All right, G-Weezing, you know more about this guy than me. I haven't touched him in
It's
new
not
meta.
really used at all.
Then I'm putting him in C.
Yeah, put it in C.
Yeah.
People told it as the unblockable defogger, but it's not as good in practice.
Rain fell off.
Rain's not even real.
Rain doesn't exist. The guy just went down to UU actually.
Yeah, this shit went down to UU. Rain doesn't really exist.
But I think it's here.
No,
I think it's still better than these two. But Rain
Sand versus Rain, I think.
Well, if I put him in C, if I put him in C, then where do I put Barra? Because I don't think Barra is a C ranker.
Barra's C. Barra's literally C because Rain has a playstyle C right now. Because Sand even is better than Rain, in my opinion.
Yeah, Rain fell off with the removal.
Rain fell off so hard.
Now they get 6-0'd by Gambit every time and stuff like that.
They get swept by Gambit every time, and if they have an Ogre, it's just like, dude, what the fuck am I supposed to click?
Yeah, if they have an Ogre versus you just lose. Unless you have Amoonguss,
and Aloe. Aloe fucking destroys your entire bloodline.
Yeah, unless you have an Ogre on your Rain team. Bloodline is outrageous. Chill.
No, the entire Rain bloodline gets destroyed by...
You can tell we have a bias towards Alomomola, our favorite.
No, but think about it. What on Rain besides Bolt is touching it? It walls Treads, walls Pelly, walls Guy.
Where are we putting regular grass joint? He's probably
regular grass joint is actually pretty good.
He's probably like here or like I think he's here.
No, not that good. You think this shit is better than Gouge? And Samu? It's good on specific types of team.
I think it's here.
When it
people
hits,
use
it's
this,
really good.
I'm actually pretty.
It's been used a lot recently in the last couple.
Whoa, win rate is crazy. 8 for 11. Is that what this is?
Yep, win rate is crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty consistent with just running boots U-turn. Good partner.
It has its niche on max boots teams by being the Ogre. I mean the Valiant Encore role, but you don't have to. Yeah,
also, some matchups you can't. When you can Terra this guy, they feel so free because you keep getting that +1 speed and you own whatever is there.
That's true, and the underrated Defiant interaction with Landorus.
Yeah, people really underrate that. I've had that own me many times.
Yeah, it's really taken Meow's role.
It's weak though. It's weak though. Yeah. Also, it has taken Meow's role, which makes me want to put Meow in B.
Yeah, drop Meow down because we see a lot more Ogre than Meow. Meow's only used on ladder.
What about Mew? Then I'm putting.
No, not that low. Like, yeah. Actually, is it worse than Rotom?
That's what I'm saying. Now that I think about it, and now that we talk about Ogre Grass, what is this guy's role?
It's
still good. It's still good though. It's still good though.
Yeah.
I think here's
it's
fine.
Stronger. It can go choice.
I think it's better than Latias.
It's like neck and neck. They're both occasionally really good.
But I think he's better more often. Meow is better more often.
Yeah. I agree. Just because of knockoff and the God coverage.
All right, let's talk about Ninetales A setting up the Veil. This guy does something that only he can do, but it's still nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Yeah, but behind Sun, I would say.
I think it's better than Sun.
It's better than Sun?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean, all three cheeses are like bottom of A.
Yeah, it's not as worth it as just running the threats. Okay, let's talk about Serp. Serp is kind of...
It's not even used.
Anyone who ever thought Serp was going to be broken, you're bad. We all knew this thing was going to be bad from the start.
Worse than everybody.
And I remember all y'all commented on my vid when I said Serp's bad, saying I have no idea what I'm talking about. You're bad. Serp sucks.
You did call this.
Serp does what? It glares, Leaf Storms, Synthesises, and then usually Terra Blast Ground is the best option. I've seen Rock, but my opinion, Ground's the best.
This shit might be...
I would put it like here.
No, it's not no A. This shit is falling out of OU.
Shit's ass.
Shit's ass. This shit is fucking Latios.
Then it's here because it
it's Latios level.
You think it's here?
Because, dude, 1 G King and you're fucking wall to life.
You do well you with Terra, but then you lose to Corv, which you cannot do anything versus Corv. Get PP stalled. You have to glare to be good.
Yeah. Also, Gold comes in for life.
Well, Terra Blast. Also, Gold doesn't beat you. You Leaf Storm 3 KO. Right.
True. They're just gonna hex.
It's like it's just a whatever mon. Mad Terra too. Have to like glare and get a lot of shit.
Way more.
I would not use this.
This
is good on webs. It's good on webs. It's good on webs.
It's a fringe ogre pivot just like Amoonguss is, so it's around that level of usage.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good on webs though. It's a good.
Nah, they don't even use this on webs anymore.
They do. You're right though.
most
No,
popular
you're right. You're
web
right. You're right. It's
has
been phased out.
webs.
It's been phased out. You're right, actually.
Yeah.
This guy's hard to
I've been
defend.
using dragons on webs over this guy. I would rather double up or triple up on dragons.
You need like 5 things to already be going your way for this guy to do the dash.
Yeah, literally.
So it doesn't
Because
make
why would you not use bolt on webs over this guy, right?
Yeah, nah, agreed.
Yeah. Okay, next up.
That's a good point, actually. This guy has a lot of work to do before he's
a lot of work. It's so weak initially. That first Leaf Storm is basically like the setup turn, but it's still so weak.
Yeah, he's not being the one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Petch doesn't even exist.
It's C for sure. Like somewhere in C. Might be worse than all of them.
It doesn't even exist.
Also, Mandibuzz is worse than...
It's worse than both. It's here.
Yeah, no, Mandibuzz literally loses to the 2 poison types. Yeah.
Okay, have we missed anything good? I mean, there's some fringe stuff like Ceruledge, but I want to see if there's anything good here that we missed. Grim is something we've actually used, so we can discuss. Sinistcha we use a lot, or we used.
I had to accept the reality that it's shite.
Torntia is decent.
Oh, Ursa Raymond.
And it's our Usher Raymond.
Moltres.
Where's Moltres? Here.
On the right, yeah, right there.
The trash one as well.
I guess. Yeah.
Mouse doesn't exist anymore, but we'll still talk about it. This guy existed on one team for 1 week. Rockpon is real. Gotta talk about him.
Rockpon is real. Okay, yeah, let's talk about everybody here.
Okay.
Grim,
in my opinion, is the best screener, and
it's slightly over
Ninetales.
Slightly over 9. Is this as consistent as Webs? Screens is not as consistent as Webs. Both lose to Cinderace, but Cinderace usage being down is good news.
Yeah, true.
Actually, no. Webs loses less hard to Cinderace because now we're both up. I mean, not Webs, screens. So it's better than better than Rabombi, I think.
I think this guy's here.
Yeah.
Very cleanly.
Or slightly worse than Rabombi.
Nah, he's better, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
I like screens more than Webs. We tried Chaw a lot.
Suffers from just the entire Shites list destroying it is the issue.
And you're not a real Ogerpon check at all, so.
Yeah, you're just gonna get knocked and you turned on. So it's like
this guy's pretty
somewhere in B.
This guy's like
probably worse than those guys.
Probably
worse. Probably worse than Latios and Amoonguss too. Probably the ass end of B.
I think he's better than Droll.
No, it's worse than Sand. Yeah, Sand as a whole.
Okay, Torn's pretty good. Torn's ass end of A, high Beamon in my opinion. But it only fits on a couple teams.
Cool by Spadef Gliscor though.
True.
It's just
I like Taunt.
Nah, it's not better than Rotom and Zapdos. Oh, it might be better than Zapdos, but it's not better than Rotom. Yeah. Sinistcha might be C. Sinistcha's fucking garbage.
Yeah,
and Rain
I'm
might
trying
be
to think.
Better.
It's been
Rain might be B.
Okay.
Rain might be fringe B. Yeah, like barely Sand level.
Okay.
Then push Barra up a little.
Okay.
Is Rain better or Sand?
Rain's better for sure.
Yeah, I would use Rain.
Sand's shit and Rain's shit. It's tough. But Rain, I feel like I have a better understanding of what I would win with. Drill is not something I want to put it all on. Shit is whack in a lot of matchups.
Yeah, exactly.
At least Rain, you have your Swift Swim guy, you have your potential Manaphy, you have your Electric dude, which will be Zapdos or Bolt, both of which are cheap. So you get a lot more options in my opinion, right?
Yeah, that's true. Otherwise, you're putting all the eggs in the fucking Excadrill basket just to get revenged by Terra Dark Sucker Punch. Or
you will learn a lesson from that BS. So you don't want to go out sad that way at all. All right, Ursa Major, we love this shit. They're one of my favorite Pokemon. I think this thing is as good as Hatterene, to be honest with you. But what do you think?
I think you need to stay off the Drogas.
Where would you put it then?
Like, it has some crazy matchups, but consistency-wise...
Do people even use this?
Look it up. Its usage is probably low.
People aren't good, so they get scared of using this. 11 uses, 36. Oof. Right with Ribomb. Dang, so he's right.
That's the thing. Versus a good player, they're just gonna pivot around and you kill yourself.
The good player is not that good. I'm clicking. You have 2 moves. You have to be right like 1 time. I guess if you play Corv or Scarm.
How much does a chip? 1/12?
Burn is 1/16.
1/16? Oh, 1/16 is doable.
I think this thing is really good, but I think
it's
people.
Just like, dude,
I think he's better than all the cheesers.
It's like every Landorus can trade versus at least half.
I think Ursa. You would rather run a Sun team than run an Ursaluna.
Let me think. I would run Sun to have the.
Then I'm putting it here.
Yeah, I would use Steamer to break or Gouge Banded Skillless to break rather than.
Then I'm over. Then if we're using it as in the sheer breaking, then it's probably like here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. It's like around there.
Mana. I think Mana's great, but it's only really good on Rain in my opinion. The 3-attack Tail Glow set just doesn't exist. Ogerpon existence means this
only
thing.
good on webs too. Yeah, it's like Ursa level. It's like literally Ursa around Ursa. I don't know if it's better or worse.
I think it's better than Latios.
No, it's not.
Then
I
it's
don't think so.
okay. Then it's going here.
First of all, yeah, that's true. No, it's not. It's not better than Rotom because, dude, every Ogre team, if you don't have sticky webs, every Ogre team's destroying you.
True. Also, you just can't beat Ogre regardless. You like have to Terra to, and you still then it's not good enough.
And we're in Dragon meta, and everything's fast.
Also, anything boots exposes you.
Yeah, fast.
Okay, what about Moltres regular? I like this guy a lot.
Moltres is good. Moltres is like Ascend of A.
Then I'm putting him.
It's like around. Yeah, it's like around.
He's better than Ace right now.
I wouldn't go as far.
I would. It's really good.
Versus Gliscor though,
it's the same thing, and better into these Gambit structures. Better into Volk.
It is better into these Gambit structures. True. Yeah, that's good placement actually.
Yeah. Moltres Dark. This is one of the worst Pokemon of all time in my opinion. Truly, this is one of the worst Mon ever.
Okay, fine. It's Ascend of B.
Yeah. Mouse does not exist anymore.
Does not exist.
Helmet Landers put this guy in the worst pack of all time. Sorry, buddy.
This does not exist.
Think he's worse than Petch? Yeah.
Oh yeah. No reason to use this.
This doesn't exist. So put him in D though.
Whatever.
Rock Pond's actually legit. And
Rock Pond's ability to break is kind of like Ursa and Mana.
Yeah, I would put it like here.
It's like high B. Yeah. That's good. It's high B.
Alright, what about this guy, the Webby?
Kind of garbage. It's only good on Trick Room and shit. Ascend of B.
Okay. I'm not gonna even talk about Arcanine H. It's not a real Pokemon.
Ceruledge is a real mon though. Ceruledge I would put like somewhere in B.
Yeah, it's
like
a good
around this level of the cheesers.
I put him here. Yeah.
Worse than Ursa though, I think.
Think worse? Yeah. Only exists on one time.
Cooked by salt. Which
we
is
can talk
rare,
about Hydrapple is legit.
Hydrapple's fine. Hydrapple is also pretty good on stall. Muck and Hydrapple are both
C rankers.
Are both B rankers.
Then we're getting rid of Araquanid and putting him in C.
Okay, yeah. Bliss is higher, by the way. Bliss could be low A because Bliss is staple on stall. It's like almost needed on stall.
Okay, then we're putting it here.
Yeah, good call.
Okay.
Good call.
Like
it only exists on one style, so it's hard to rate it.
No, I agree. You gotta take everything into account. We've tried Zarude, which is like not good.
Zarude is used. I would say somewhere in C. Yeah.
E. Probably better than Cha or worse than Cha. What do you think?
Worse than Cha, because Cha always goobs Tusk.
Probably put him here then.
But
he definitely has the ability to win, and we've done that Misty Seed shit. Oh, forgot about Blaziken. Literally, I've literally seen this one time and it did nothing. So
yeah, it's like somewhere in B, but worse than Rain.
He's probably here, bro.
Yeah, no, actually, why is Muck so high?
I don't know.
No, I meant the other Muck, the Sticky Hold Muck. That Muck is D.
This Muck is bad.
Yeah, this Muck is C or D, but the
Sticky Hold Muck beats Stall. I don't think it's here. That Stall wasn't invented. Like
okay, yeah, then
we'll pretend, guys, that this is regular Muck, and regular Muck, pure poison type, has a good usage on Stall because it's not able to be knocked off.
Knockoff,
and it owns Valiant. It owns all those guys.
Yeah.
So if this was a real Muck, I would put it here.
No, it's higher. A real Muck is like.
If the real Muck, then it's like above Crown and them.
Yeah.
It's here.
Real Muck.
Real Muck is here. Yeah.
Him and Hydrapple are usable.
Deoxys D is good on Trick Room for getting a Trick Room up. No, it's good for getting a Trick Room up. I'll put it here.
And then Halucha is also used.
Lucha's really good in my opinion.
Lucha's like ass of A, upper B.
I would use Lucha like here.
Lucha's not as good as Sun though.
Lucha needs to be on grassy terrain.
Yeah, it needs to be on grassy. So basically,
it's really good though.
Debate. Sun versus grassy terrain.
Grassy always, in my opinion, but I'm obviously biased. Sun has its own.
No,
Grassy's easier to win with, and Lucha 6-0 Sun. Depending on set, you gotta get some turns right.
And who else? What else is not even remotely used? Cress is remotely used. Turtle is used.
Slowking Reg is like barely touched. You see anything else here valid? Greninja completely disappeared, but I'll put him up there. Gren literally does not exist. Oh, Scizor is real. Shocks doesn't exist. That's ladder stuff.
Doesn't exist. Like hands, fringe usage.
Super fringe, but we've used it ourselves, so we can consider it. All right.
You know what, Keldeo?
Turtle is another Trick Room clown that never gets used.
Yeah, Basically, every mon that we just dragged.
These are the mons that are worth using. Then it's just like stuff that's whatever. Gren only was good on Rain, and Rain doesn't exist anymore. So
Gren is mid B. Gren is mid B.
Bro get thunderclapped and it's over. I'd put him like here.
No. It's around. It's still around those 3 water types in a row. The next tier water types up a little higher.
You think it's here? I think it's better than Ursa and Blade? I don't think so.
Well, its coverage is still good, and if you get the +1 with max hazards up, like you need setup. You need either Rain to buff it or you need hazards up.
It's not bad. Like you look at the matchup versus Shice, it's not terrible, but it's so weak. Yeah, like it's so weak.
Like it's weak, but if you position to the point where they have to sack somebody or let somebody take a huge hit, it's actually amazing. Because if they sack somebody, Terra needs to be forced.
I think it's still
+1. This guy's fast as shit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It's hard to use though.
It might be worse than Volcanion though.
Yeah, I think it's harder to use. Enam Turtle, that guy is just a Trick Room clown. He's pretty good at it though.
It's worse than regular Turtle, and it's worse than.
It's right here.
It's worse than Rain and Sand. Yeah, it's like there.
Sizz is pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Yeah.
Scizor should be around Sterilege, but worse.
You think?
I don't know.
No. I think he's like right
better. Oh,
here.
Actually, Scissor's better than Sterilege.
I think he's here, bro.
No, Scizor is not as good as Volcanion. Volcanion's actually used on a lot of teams.
You think Manaphy's better than both of them?
Volcanion's better than Manaphy in my opinion. I think
Volcanion's more used. I think Scizor is better than Volcanion.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's not used though. It's like literally not used.
It's a good check though. To a lot of shit. You're right though. It's not easy to get everything.
Like Volcanion's actually pretty stable on a lot of.
Also, defensively, Volcanion will do more for you.
Yeah, Volcanion might be better than Manaphy then.
Yeah, I agree on that case because Manaphy's only good on webs or Rain in my opinion. 2 cheese structures.
Yeah.
Hands is something we kind of like. I definitely put Hands in C rank at the top.
Yeah, too vulnerable to simple Landorus pivoting.
What about this?
Not good. C rank somewhere.
Better than these guys.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, I really don't care for anything else. Like low kicks in them, it's like whatever.
Yeah, low kicks is also
like these aren't serious Pokemon. We want to make it a truly like tournament list. These are more fun mons. Low kicks is better than these guys though, but he's probably D rank still.
Look, it could be used on HO.
Then we'll put him here. Still not. It's like very unserious.
Yeah, it could still be used on HO though, like Banded, Impression.
Oh, what about Bike? What about Bike? Bike's legit.
Bike's legit. Bike's like around Wheezing level.
It's like that Muck level, I think.
Heck no. It's like Wheezing, G Wheezing level removal.
I'm overrating it. Yeah, it's good. It's good on some stalls.
It's only usable on one style, aka stall, and it's shaky.
And then Cress. Let's talk about Cress. Trick Room boss.
Cress is like high C because Trick Room needs it. Like it's a must. High C or low B? Because
actually low B. It has to because it's a Trick Room necessity.
Yeah, it does its job. Yeah.
I would honestly put it here.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Okay.
Because the teams that need Crest, they need Crest.
Okay, anything else here look like it's somebody?
Chomp is mid. Chomp is like ass of B as well.
Yeah. Screamtail has a utility on Sun, but it's not really.
C. Clearly not good. Top of C or something.
Yeah, probably top of C.
Yeah, and then Chomp is like.
Oh, Goodra H is legit in my opinion. Beats the neck and
legit
stuff.
Ass.
No. It's like
here. Somewhere in C. Yeah. Garchomp end of B. Garchomp and Hippo end of B.
Oh yeah, Hippo's big. I'd use Garchomp before I use these 4.
Yeah, actually Helmet. Yeah, that's true.
And even SD, we've seen SD before. This guy's better. This guy's better than.
No. This guy's not better than all of them.
He is. Well, Rain doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's like right here. It's like around Turtles level. Yeah.
And then Keld, I thought was gonna be the truth, but nobody uses Keld at all.
Yeah, Keld is like fringe use, but it can be good. It's still at the end of B, in my opinion.
You think it's B rank?
Or actually, maybe C. Maybe C.
I think it's tough.
It's like hands level, yeah. And then the triage guy is used.
Oh, the triage guy was used for a minute. That's an automatic. It doesn't exist at all anymore though. So we'll put him like at Hetch level. That's like that level of cheese setup WinCon, I think.
Nothing else is really used.
Ninetales, but it's like Ninetales is bad.
Ninetales bad. Like C, somewhere in C.
Where? Here?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Shocks is not used at all. Like zero.
Shocks fell off. Nobody cares about him anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
Dragon zero.
We have nothing in F and nothing in garbage.
Yeah, those guys have zero usage. Like
all these other guys are irrelevant. We're not gonna talk about Ogidogi or Swampert who have never been used in their life.
This shit was used.
Yeah, it can rock polish and stuff.
Something like somewhere in C. like
This thing
high
is
C just because it gets rocks, or low B, because just because it gets rocks and it's a special rocker that has good coverage.
Then we're putting him here.
Yeah, sure.
All right, this looks good to me.
Right, and then what else? One last glance. Mimikyu has like one purpose.
Every time I play against this one guy with Mimikyu, I just own him. I used some team you gave me with Cursed Mimikyu on Trick Room, and I was whooping ass. So I would honestly use this thing before I use Moltres G or any of these dudes. I would
no, it's for sure worse than those mons. But
you think so? I think it's at the end of B.
But it gets a free Trick Room.
Yeah, yeah. It's underrated. It's actually underrated. Also, you can run red card. I know who was using that. Mind was using that. This is an underrated Pokemon.
Yeah. It's a guaranteed red card.
Yeah. It's legit underrated. This might be the one gen where this thing's actually good for once.
Incineroar also has a purpose. You know, in C. I could see it being like viable. You know, like around DOD level. Or no, actually no, maybe not that high. Around here. Like Mandibuzz level. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's here.
Venusaur on Sun. It's fringe use, but it's like slightly better than Ninetales, I think.
It's better than Blaziken and all of them when it's going.
Yeah, I concur. I concur.
Yeah.
What else is even usable? Mamoswine. Is it even usable?
Wait, did we put Torque on here?
Yeah, we did.
Right? Where is he? In A? Oh yeah. Okay.
Torque is low A. Yeah.
Teapot is like what? Not real.
Teapot is 0 usage. Yeah. Metagross is not used. Frostmoth, not really.
Jirachi is like a stall guy. It's like a D rank.
Dude, everybody here is not even used.
Not worth it discussing, to be honest. Alrighty. We're going to call it there, guys. We hope you all enjoyed our updated tier list. Leave a big like. We got to hit 2,000 likes by tomorrow for this amazing content. Shout out to Professor CTC joining us. The greatest mind in Pokemon gaming. We'll see y'all soon. Not one of. Top 2 and not 2. We'll see you guys soon. Stream later. Tap in for that. Goodbye. Go ahead and burn this tier list into your brain. This is that real knowledge. Peace.